7, 6.
Oh yeah, you can start with 6.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Yeah.
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Right. So that trumpet, like there are. It just so happened the wind blow when we started. You know, the trumpet. You know, there's sirens for everything. You have sirens for fire trucks. You have sirens for the EMS. You know, you have sirens for police. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you have tornado sirens. You have terrorist sirens. They all have a different sign, man. And it said, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, right? And the people not be afraid. Evil being done, you know, in the city. And it said, have the Lord not done it, right? So the Lord is the one that does everything, man. Evil, like I did a video yesterday. You know how this society has this like when something happens, when something goes down, they always have this thing for the women and the children. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord doesn't spare the women and the children. Second of all, like the elder was saying, I think a couple weeks ago, usually when things like that happen, that man has to go with his family, with his wife and his child, man. But they want us to be men when they want us to be men. Any other time, you know, hey, shalom, brother. You know, any other time, you know, we ain't shit. You know, like I said, man, I keep saying, man, men are not looked at as people, man. But that is the part of the prophecy that's going to be, you know, pushed on this place, man. Evil being done in the city because we understand, like that accident was just getting ready to happen. The Lord is the one that does everything, man. Right? It's these people, man. They don't have no. They don't have that big ass bus, man. That motherfucker would have been dead, man. You know, but again, man, that's the mindset of people today, man. They have no type of fear, especially the woman, man. Oh, yeah. They have no type of fear. They are very careless, man. You can tell the times that we in just by people, just by the way people drive, man. You know, this is just simple. Right then and there, you got something. If you get Psalm 65, 5. You got something.
This is Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, do all these things.
Your churches are not going to read that, man. All right? There is no church that sits up there and says that the Lord does everything. You know what they say? It's Satan versus God. When God created Satan. So how the hell is that, man? Esau, Edom knows that they're not going to create something that can beat them. So why would God create Satan just for him to be warm with him? That's not the case, man. People don't know that Satan is a complete order because Satan is doing what the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ says, man. Right?
You know, one of the biggest excuses I heard so far years ago, they said, well, God, he's just the God of the earth. That's it.
You know? Go ahead. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just the God of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's God, man, what does the scripture say, man? He's the God of everything. You know what I'm saying? He's the God of everything. So it just broke that down, man. So clearly, you know, that whole woman and children thing, if the Lord showed mercy on women and children, how come the kids today are being broken, you know, being shot down in the street like crazy now, man?
Right.
Women are being shot down in the street, well, not as much as these kids, right? Because they're still the men, you know. But you know, if you know he showed mercy on them, then how come this stuff is happening today, man?
Right.
How come babies come out 2-headed, 3 heads, man?
Well, what about the prophecies that is going to happen? You know, Isaiah 13.
Yep.
Abortions.
Yeah, that's a good point. Abortions, right? If the Lord really had mercy and compassion on children, all right, abortions wouldn't be happening, right? So obviously everybody gets it, man, right?
Right here. This is Isaiah 13, and I'll start at 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. You know, the scriptures just said everyone, right? Everyone, not women, children. You know, they are exempt. You know, just the men, right? You know, old, young, no, that means everybody. Old, young, male, female, children. Right? So it says their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
You get a precept on that. You get Second Chronicles. You get Second Chronicles 15 and 13. After you get that, so that's a good one too. You know, they said their little ones are going to be dashed to pieces, man. You think the Lord is really going to put Revelation 12 and 12, man? You know, when this devil comes down with great wrath, you think the Lord is really going to put the Spirit on him and have compassion on children, right? He never did that. Second Chronicles 15 and 13. Oh, you go
That's a
get
good
that.
point because you didn't have compassion during the slave trade.
No, he didn't. See? No, he didn't. Oh, remember Elijah? You remember? I mean, Elisha.
Elisha, yeah.
With the bears. Killed all them little badass kids, man.
They kept saying, "Go up, thou bald head."
Yeah.
Go up, thou bald head.
Yep. They them same niggas, little gremlins that's back today, man. Right?
Let's search up a picture of Gabi from what's that? The Harry Potter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That little green ugly ass.
Yeah, that's just like them jeans. Gabi. No, that little gremlin.
He on Harry Potter. It's that little ugly one.
Yeah, with the big ears.
With the big ears. What's that?
Okay, that's most of these little nigglets out here.
Yeah, this is Psalm 65 and 5. It says, by terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us, O Yahweh of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are far off upon the sea.
Right. So it said what? In terrible things and righteousness he shall answer us, man. Right? So part of those, when the Lord, like the guy came up a couple weeks ago and he asked, what did he ask? About the prophecy, like when is it going to be time, to pretty much get out of here, pretty much. That's pretty much what he was asking. And the Lord told us to look out for signs. And you can read some of those signs in Matthew 24, right? Isaiah 13, which you just now read, right? And certain others like Daniel, Revelation, 2nd Ezra 15, 16, 9,
Luke
6,
21, yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? So a whole bunch of scriptures tell you what to look out for. But all those are terrible things, right? But they're all terrible things. They're all terrible things in righteousness, though, right? Because they're terrible. Because the Lord is a terrible power. We're gonna get more into that. They're terrible, but they're righteous. Obviously, the Lord is not but righteous, and He doesn't make any mistake, right? But obviously, when you look around, this place has to go, man. So through terrible things is this place's downfall, man, right? Which is a very good thing. But it's going to happen through terrible things: plagues, famines, pestilences, wars, earthquakes, even as far as natural disasters and stuff like that. All this stuff has to happen, man. Right? So when you see animals being washed up on the beach, right? That's the Most High, because that's just that's what I'm saying, man. Look the way people fucking drive, man.
Yeah, well, people ain't going to really see the elect. We see that.
Yeah.
But the majority of these people ain't really going to budge until this place start to go down as far as the monetary system.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when they're going to lose their
Right.
heads. But they can't get a sandwich up the street, or where they can't, get a drink of water, or what, it's going to be terrible.
It's going to be real
terrible.
bad, man.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Not your
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches, not your, cars that y'all barely even appreciate.
Yeah.
Not your gold and silver like that one bitch came up here.
Yeah,
man.
gold and silver.
Yeah.
The elect going to eat, though. The Lord said we're going to eat.
Yeah, I said that, right?
Your damn gold and silver, that guard probably going to come in your house, take that shit, bash you upside the head,
Yep.
and go out with your gold and silver.
Yep.
You
Yeah. I think that was it.
That's it.
This is 2nd Chronicles 15 and 13. says that whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
So it said whether small or great, man or woman. They don't care. It don't matter if you're homeless. Now, everybody talking about feel sorry for the homeless. I don't feel sorry for them. There's a reason. There's a reason why they're homeless, man. Like the guy that be coming up here with the cane.
Oh yeah.
And them crazy ass looking glasses from time to time, man.
Oh, shithead.
Shithead, yeah. You know?
Put some dog shit up in his head. You want to know the funny part is the ones that's actually homeless will actually survive better than a lot of them.
Right.
Because they used to.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the environment,
They
right.
will probably be better off, you know?
They more than likely are. But they don't. Nobody escapes judgment from the Most High, man.
Right.
You know, nobody escapes judgment. All right, the Lord's judgment, man. Right. So there, like I said, there is a reason why you're homeless. You know, the Lord wanted you to be homeless because that's just the judgment that He has for you. That's just what it is, man. You know, it can happen to any one of us, but it is what it is. So you could be small, great, man, woman. There are no exemptions in this Bible for women and children, man. All right? It said everybody. So when the Lord's judgment comes down, yes, even women and children get it. You know, no exemptions. It is what it is. Y'all want equality. Well, the Bible talks about equality and judgment. Someone by here with them dumbass looks, man. Oh, you got it.
Yeah. This is Psalms 47 and 2. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth.
That was one of the scriptures I was going to call. Man, that's in the spirit, man. You know. So the Lord Most High. What is? Can you read that again?
Yep. This is Psalms 47 and 2. It says, "For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth."
Yeah, can you get Deuteronomy 10 and 17 on that too? So the Lord Most High is terrible. Not a lot of people read that, man. You know, you wonder why you got big ass niggas pushing strollers. You see that big ass Shaq looking nigga walk by here, man, with that stroller? Now at least I'll give it to him. At least he had like the one hand. I'll give it to him on that.
Well, he's too big to put two hands
That's what I'm saying.
He was over trying to walk.
He look crazy. He look just like Shaq, man. You know?
He about 6'9".
Yeah, something like that. With this stroller and shit, man. Very feminized, man.
Hey, look what the Most High did to His own Son.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, the Heavenly Father is terrible. You don't want to, play with a power like that.
Yeah.
A power that created this whole existence. You know?
Yeah. So you got people out here that say, well, why would you worship a power like that? You really read that. Well, I'm just going to explain that.
Yep. Deuteronomy 2 and 17, right?
10 to 17.
10 and 17.
Yep,
All right.
did I say 10? I think I said 2. My fault. I meant 10 to 17.
All right.
You know, so this scripture is going to explain why we worship a God like that. Come on, man. That's disrespectful, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. This Deuteronomy 10 and 17. It says, "For the Lord, your God, is God of gods and Lords of lords,
God damn.
and great God,
Yep.
a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward."
Yeah, can you repeat that, Salaki,
Yep,
man?
yep.
You know, that's crazy, man. That's why, though. It just broke it down while we worship a power like that, man.
Right.
It says, "For the Lord, your God, is gods of gods."
Exactly. So, you know how the money here is a God. Now, the brother read earlier, the Lord does everything good and evil and stuff like that, right? So He also created all these other gods. And those gods, like the elder saying, those gods had to have some type of power. The Lord is the one that exalts those other gods, because He's the God of gods. That's what it just now said, man. Right?
The Lord got y'all people worshiping spaghetti gods, Zeus, which almost messed with almost every damn thing.
So when the famine comes, is your spaghetti god going to save you?
They gonna eat that god. Yeah, they gonna sacrifice that god to another god. And they trade them out. Trade them out, put them on a plate.
Dumbass motherfucker. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, "For the Lord, your God, is God of gods and Lords of lords."
Yeah, it said He said the Lord your God. Because he is saying he is your God too, man. He ain't saying, all right, that ain't my God. Well, the Lord just said, no, I am your God, right? Even though you may not believe it, because he's the one that put the spirit on you not to believe it, right? So he said, I am the Lord your God, the God of gods, the Lord of lords.
It says a great God.
It said a great God, right?
A mighty.
A mighty.
And terrible.
And terrible.
Which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
Now, yesterday, we was having a conversation. In order to be a king, if you notice in the Bible, all these kings, all the kings that were kings, they required a lot of killing, a lot of bloodshed.
Yeah.
Even these guys, right? Even these guys, you see, they're rulers over this earth. That requires a lot of bloodshed. So
right.
You look at David, Solomon, all the way on down. Even the heathen kings, all the way on down to these guys. It requires a lot of bloodshed, man. Right? So you telling me the Lord is a Lord of lords, a God of gods? You telling me that he's not going to be killing?
Right.
Everybody keep talking about the white man's depopulation. The Lord is depopulating, man. Right?
Right.
Giving these devils too much credit, man. And that's what these people out here do, man.
Right.
They just love giving these devils credit. The only credit I give them is for being a devil, but I don't even give them credit for that. Right? Because you get Proverbs 16 and 4. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna explain why we don't give these guys credit for even being devils, man. Right? You people give Satan too much credit, which Satan again is in control of it's like the Lord is in control of Satan. Right? Okay, calm. Yeah, you got it. You know? I don't even get, as you said, man, we don't give the wicked credit for being wicked, because the Lord is the one that creates that stuff, man. 16 and 4, yeah.
This is Proverbs 16 and 4. It says the Lord hath made all things for himself.
It said all things for himself. That sound like every creature of God is good.
Right.
Unfortunately, as Christians like bringing out when it comes to pork, man.
Did a video on that.
Yeah, every creature of God is good, but not to eat. Which my initial thought, right? I'm not going to look at a person and say, "Hey, I just want to eat that person." You know, cut him, chop him up, and just eat him. That's not my. Hell, I mean, you look at a rat, you try to get him out your house. You don't want to eat. You're not trying to eat him.
Or a mouse or a roach.
Right. So if every creature of God is well good in the way you say is good, then eat your roach infested houses, man. Take them and eat them, man. That's like a lifetime, because you know they're going to keep populating. You know, you can't get rid of roaches like that. So they're going to keep populating. So do that. You know what I'm saying? Do that.
But they won't eat your
But they
roach.
won't do that. Yeah, they won't do that. They just, man, them crazy Chinese people, man, they sell rats and their food. Well, you told me every creature of God is good, so what the hell you complaining for, man? You know?
What caused the outbreak?
Yeah. Oh, bats. They're so cold. Man, them people been eating bats for centuries, man. You're telling me all of a sudden in 2020 or it's 2019 or something like that, that's when all of a sudden they ate this one bat. That, man, they full of shit, man.
Yeah, same, just like they said the AIDS came about when a monkey or,
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
man. Come on, man.
Just lie.
They always isn't lying, man. You know, all it is just they ain't gonna get there, get anybody flagged. Okay. Oh no, you good? No, I think you're safe for saying that, but you know when it comes to that C word,
Right.
you got continue on to that. The value can start over.
Proverbs 16 and 4. It says the Lord hath made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Yeah, so it says, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So I can't even give these guys too much credit for being evil, because when you read Job 30, I think it was 30 and earth is given in the hand of the wicked.
Oh, Job 9 and 24.
9 and 24, it's a lot.
That's the
Oh yeah, you go ahead and get it. Yep.
Yeah. This is Job 9 and 24. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If
Yep.
not, where and who is it?
So he's the one that did it, right? He's the one. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. these guys, it was given to them, man. So, I mean, you could say they took it, but the Lord is the one that put the spirit on them to take it, man.
Right.
The Lord is the one that breaks down empires, man. And this is why people don't understand, like the black ass freedom fighters. They'll come up, stand right here, looking stupid, and sit up there and say, "You need to take up arms." Well, why ain't you doing it? We're not up here talking about taking up arms and fighting for black people. You the one doing it. So why are you standing up here, wasting time telling us what we should do? Well, we not even believing in what you and shoot up that aquarium.
Right, just like the guy Charleston White.
Oh man, that dumb nigga, man. I fucking can't stand looking at his face,
He's talking about, won't you? Same thing with but he ain't doing it.
He ain't doing it, man.
You know, that's all he doing is talking.
Right.
I don't see him going out there running up in the White House.
I hate niggas like that, man. I really do. You know, you trying to tell everybody else what they supposed to do, but you not doing it. You know, you why didn't you join that fake Grandmaster Jay?
Oh
man?
yeah, that's phony.
Yeah, they had guns, but they even phony because did you see that clip? You know, they walked into 7-Eleven. You know, it was a clip of them walking in 7-Eleven. I think it was on Facebook, some shit.
Okay.
It was a clip of them walking to 7-Eleven. They ain't do shit. They pulled out their money. They was spending their money. They looked at everybody. How y'all doing with these guns and shit? And how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
They ended up shooting themselves. I think one of them shot.
Yeah, they did.
That's the only thing they did was shoot themselves.
And what did you have to do? You had to call 911. You had to call that white man. You know, you had to call that so-called white man. So man, y'all full of shit. Every last one of y'all, man, y'all full of shit, man. You know, y'all always talk about, man, we should and we should and we should, and y'all don't do it, right? See, we know what we should do. We know that they got a military, you dumbass. What you got, a battalion of black ass dumb niggas that don't even know how to shoot? People couldn't even raid Area 51. They can't even get near the damn place, man. And that's just a single base, man. You know, like I said, man, they got a whole military, man. They over here got bombs from World War I that wipe out your whole block, man, whole 2 blocks, right? You know they still keep that shit. You know,
nuclear. It was atomic.
Yeah, atomic.
Nuclear.
Yeah. Idiots, man. All you gotta do is look at the Tsar bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, right? And look at, oh yeah, the Lord got them in power. We ain't doing nothing with them. The Lord has to be the one to take them down, right? Come on, man. Y'all, man, y'all full of shit. Yeah, did you have something?
Oh no.
Yep. Can you get while you in Deuteronomy, I think one of y'all was in Deuteronomy. Can you get Deuteronomy 7-21? Pretty much going into the same topic, man. They look. Oh, even with that though, even with the weapons that they build, man. The Lord is the one that gives them that power, man. He blessed them with the sword, man. Right? He blessed them with the sword just to take it away. Oh, there go another guy with one hand. One hand. You know? He's still kind of looking feminine with it.
That shows this place is upside down.
It really is, man. Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Yep. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 21. It says, let me start at 21.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
All right. It says, "Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty power and terrible." It says, "And the Lord thy God will put out those nations before thee."
What scripture is that?
Deuteronomy 20. I was at 21.
Oh, was it 7 and 21?
Yeah, 7 and 21.
Oh yeah, can you read 7 and 21 against the lock?
Yep. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 21. It says, "Thou shalt not be affrighted at them,
Right.
for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and terrible."
So this is why the Lord always got jealous at people. I mean, at our people when it came to those kings. See, what our people didn't understand, and still don't understand, is that you do have a king on your side, but you have the ultimate God of gods, the Lord of lords, on your side, man. You have the kings of kings. You have the King of kings, man.
The God of kings.
The God of kings. I mean, yeah, exactly. If he's the God of gods, then that just kills everything. Yeah, exactly. So what they don't understand and they, like I said, still don't understand to this day, is that you have the ultimate power. It may not have not been in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? It may have not been in the flesh, but it don't gotta be, because everybody knew that the Israelites, everybody around the land knew that the Israelites had the Lord on their side, and that's why a lot of times they didn't even really, a lot of them didn't really bother to mess with them, right? Especially when Israel called out to the Lord, and then he really showed himself. He showed a miracle, and all them nations was like, oh shit.
Well, that's why they don't want us to call on them now.
Exactly.
You know? Yep. We was alright when, you know, when the majority of Jake was calling each other Egyptian.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Muslim. Yeah. But soon as we, you know, start waking up and calling ourselves the real Jews, you know, which Jew come from Judah, short for Judah, or the real Israelites, which we are, the Hebrew Israelites. That's a problem then.
Yep.
So that should show you right there that, you know, this is the truth. That alone, you know.
Yep.
Flag your video.
What is that?
That flag your video. You say that.
Yeah.
They sure will.
That alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you say something about the you know, the spore-headed cheap suits. They'll flag it.
Yeah.
You know, with anti-spore hat. What I call it now. They call it. You know, it's crazy. They can't even say it's Shemitic.
Right.
You know, they can't even
say everything right.
You know, they can't say nothing wrong, man. I mean, they can't say nothing right, man. You know, and that proves that the Lord is not dealing with them, man. They say, now I ain't gonna go there. They say, you know, Israel lied. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what they say, man. But we say Israelites. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Well, it
In other
makes
words,
sense.
the lead. They say.
Yeah, the lead. Yup.
I'm gonna say if they call themselves Israelites, that means they're alive.
Yeah.
They're a liar in Israel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what it is.
Yep. That's a good point, DJ.
Yep. Just back up.
This is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Right.
For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Right.
You know, you can elaborate on it. Right. You know, that, again, when he's coming down with great wrath, you know, that's all kinds of, you know, unmerciful actions. Right? You know, discipline that will be enforced. Right? You're going to be having a lot of soldiers walking up and down the street. You better get in your house. Right? If you don't, you're getting killed. But then that also starts with, you know, them taking down videos, flagging. You know why? Because they know that the most dangerous thing is for Israel, you know, all of them to wake up. Right? That's their main objective, you know, to stop that.
They know who we are, man.
Yep.
And no matter, like you said, no matter how many videos they flag, man, it's too late.
It's too late.
you know, waited way too long for that. You should have did that right then and there from the start.
Destroyed the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
You should have just cut it. Stop. But they don't understand that. See, they think they're in control, but the Lord is the one that allowed that, man.
Right.
Because this is prophecy. And prophecy, let's say if they did chop the internet, the Lord will do it another way.
Right.
Because he said what in Baruch the second chapter towards the end, it said in the land of their captivity, they're going to call upon my name, man. Right?
He put it in the spirit.
I like that.
And that's what he really basically did.
Yeah.
You know, you just put it in the Heavenly Father can do whatever you want, you know? He only had to snap his fingers.
Yep.
You know?
It makes sense too, because you know, just by putting it in your spirit, like you got a lot of people that watch these videos and scoff, but then you got the people that just
watch
get it.
and wake up, right?
You know, they just get it. And some of them just get it fast. Some may be scoffers at first and then convert over.
And then they convert over.
Yeah. But you know, I haven't really seen an instance of that. It seems like once you're a scoffer, you just a scoffer.
That demonic spirit is just on you.
Yeah, 'cause you got a prideful, demonic ass spirit.
Right.
You just can't be wrong, man. You know. Yeah, if you got
I know
something,
when I started looking at the video, something like ting, like a light bulb went on. Right?
Yep.
This what you know, my whole life, you know, and the pieces to the puzzle came together, you know. So you get it. It makes sense.
Yeah. So like, you know, like, and so I just kind of went off your point because, you know, the Lord, like you said, the Lord just put the Lord just put the spirit on you, man. Right? In fact, you get I kind of going off of that. You get Psalm 9 and 16. Did you have something real quick?
Yep.
What did you have me read earlier?
What you mean?
You have me read Proverbs 15.
I think it was I had you read Proverbs 16 and 4. Well, while you getting that, we're going to get
16 and 4. You got it.
You said 9 and 16, right?
9 and 9 and 16.
9 and 16. Yep, this is Psalms 9 and 16. It says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth.
Right.
The wicked is snared in the work of his own hand.
That's what we was just talking about, man.
Yeah.
You know?
So it ain't a trick bag.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
They trying to keep
why every man that walk by here doing that now, man? I think they heard you. I think they heard you.
One of us. We used to put in the store. We used to push the car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I still do that. In fact, I'll walk in front of it and just drag it. I don't. And hell with all that effeminate looking shit. But you know what's crazy though?
But Jake did got it like a little smoothness with it.
Yeah.
He got the one hand and shit with the stroller.
But you know what's still messed up? Her hand is free. Why ain't she doing it? Shit, he shouldn't even be doing it. See, Jake, you can try to hide that shit. And see, it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you come up to us, right? Yeah, man, I know about the woman. You go home and you still a goddamn simp, man. You know?
Like if you're a flame, you're always a flame.
You always a flame. You come up to us, try to act, you know. Yeah, man, man, you full of shit, man, and we can see through the bullshit, man.
Yeah, that bop with the one hand in the stroller.
Come on, man.
Like that big 6'8" baboon.
Man, you still
you know that shit.
transparent bullshit. But see, that right there is what we read earlier, right? The Lord, what we read earlier, Psalm 65. By terrible works shall he answer us, man. You know, that's what it pretty much said. By terrible works is the Lord going to answer us, man. That right there is a terrible work that we see, man, and that's the answer. You know the answer? Destruction for this place.
There's nothing you can do about that, man.
You know?
This is the Queen of Heaven for real.
Yeah.
And it said what? The Lord is known by what you just read. Can you read that again? So like,
All right.
and I know you got something.
Yep, it says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth.
Yeah. That's how the Lord is known, man. A lot of people would say, "Oh, the Lord is known by His love and stuff like that." Well, how does the Lord show love? The ultimate love goes to the Israelites. And how is He going to show love to the Israelites? Destruction, death. It's got to happen, right? Now, as far as that's to the 2/3, right? For the elect, they're going to be delivered. That's deliverance, right? That's why people come, again, man, like I said earlier, people come up here and think we all for black people. Man, the hell with black people, man. We don't give a goddamn, we don't like black people.
Black people don't like black people.
Exactly.
You ever see the murders in the street?
Yeah.
Who hates Israel more than Israel? You see that guy come up with the gun and let off a couple rounds in the car and then walk off?
Word.
Oh, you know the guy that got beat down by the cops?
Yeah.
They were all Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the cops, they were all Jake.
Where's the Black
All
Lives
five of them.
Matter?
I think it was one probably looking Edomite who was probably a Jake too.
No, that was the one that was in charge.
Okay, yeah.
The ones that actually beat on him was all Jake.
Yep. And the guy that was in charge of it was probably a Jake too.
Yeah, I remember being pulled over. There was a white cop and a Hispanic cop. They sat there waiting till the niggas pull up. I mean, the so-called black men to pull up. And next thing you know, they sit in the back with their arms folded. And the Jake's, what's up with these tags? And I'm looking like, why he ain't saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, man. They show out. You know, that goes old school too. They've always shown out for them other cops, man.
Yeah. They be just as worse as the Edomite cop.
Yep.
So
they'll do worse.
So where Black Lives Matter at, man?
Right.
You know? Black, like you said, man, black people don't even care about black people, man. Man, let me be straight up honest, man. Fuck black people. Okay, straight up, man. The hell with him. Did you have something? So yeah, man, the Lord is
that pray not for the people.
Yeah, yep, we can get that too. 11:14. You know, Jeremiah 11:14. So they just said what? The Lord is known by the judgments that he executes, man. You know? And part of those judgments is what's happening today. The killings, right? Men pushing strollers, trying to act it out and still looking effeminate, man. We see right through that shit, man. Don't even try it.
Feminism.
That's why judgment's got to come through to the house of, what's that? Judgment must begin with the house
Judah.
of Israel.
Yeah, Israel.
Did you have something?
This is for earlier.
No, okay.
Might be getting this. This is Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction.
you got Pride Month, which Pride Month is pretty much every day now. I mean,
Ain't this Black History Month?
is it?
February.
Yeah,
Yeah.
February.
And why are they teaching true Black history? Harriet Tubman freed the slaves.
Well,
Do you believe that?
It's the elder said yesterday he said you got a new Harriet Tubman out right now. You know, not a movie, but you got an actual Harriet Tubman running around now stealing 1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the school.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Underground
yeah,
Chicken
yeah.
Railroad.
yeah.
Yeah, this woman stole $1.5 billion in chicken wings. And then, you know, the white media put it up, and when they did the video, they put a bunch of, like, Tasos chicken behind their ass and shit. Made it look all stupid.
Hey, man, that's what you black ass niggas get, man. You know, that's exactly what y'all get, man. When y'all come up here and we tell you who your enemy is.
Right.
All of a sudden, you turn around and say we just a hate group. Okay, well, keep marching to the city capitol, man. Watch what happens. See if that does anything, man. Right? See if that does anything, man. See, keep being oppressed by your damn enemies, man, which is going to happen anyway. But keep blindly being oppressed, man. Keep complaining. You wonder why everybody always, you know, complaining about shit? It's because they don't know the answer, man. They don't have an answer, right? And they come up here, you know, because they say some of them say they don't have the answer, but then they'll turn around and say, well, y'all don't have the answer either. You know, that's not the case. You could be an electrician. I don't know shit about electrician work. You have the answer to that. I don't.
All right.
You know, and it could go vice versa, right? Well, I'll read that again.
You could be a wicked Negro and then breaking in houses. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be climbing out of your best friend's back window. I don't know nothing about that. With his wife.
Yep.
And she climbs out with him.
Yep.
God damn.
Hey, you got knowledge of that.
That's their profession.
That's
Know
their
how
profession.
how to chop up coke and dope.
Yep.
That's
I used to know how to do that, but I don't know how to do that.
It's Jeremiah 4:22. You know, watch evil but to do good. They have
Have
no
no
knowledge.
knowledge, yo.
Yeah, this is how you do it.
They lick their That's how they do it, don't they?
Yeah.
With that Proverbs 4,
Yeah.
they don't rest until they cause mischief.
Yep. Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Yep. This is Proverbs 16 and 18.
Niggas know how to do wicked. We do these damn.
Damn. It says, pride goes before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
That's these guys, man. You know, and we can say it's Israel. We can say it's Israelites. You know, as far as the 2/3 with their pride, like the woman. But their pride is only because of these guys. Once these guys fall, that's it. You know, once these people on this side right here fall, then that's it, man. Right? You could get. I know.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You go ahead and get the
Jeremiah.
11:14.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 11:14.
Like I said, was more than that. Okay.
It says, therefore pray not for thou. Salah. It says, therefore pray not thou for this people,
Right.
neither lift up a cry or prayer for them. For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
Yeah, so you see a bug out like we seen earlier, the homeless flame or earlier, right? That's like us saying, man, we gotta pray for him. Paul said, don't pray for them, man. That's what you Christians like doing, man. I think you remember a couple of years ago. There was a group of Christians, and they came up to us, but then they walked down the street and they was praying over they called themselves praying over the guy that was sitting down there. Yeah, I think it was over there.
The ones had the camera and shit.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was them. They didn't have a camera. It was no, they didn't. It was some older.
Sitting
He was over there, yo, and they called himself praying over him and stuff. Man, the Lord said, don't do that, man. You know? See, you Christians, man, y'all don't know the Bible. You know? Y'all don't know the Bible. A lot of y'all should just put it down, man. You know? But it said, don't pray for these people. You can't do nothing for them. Right? The only thing that's left for 2/3 of our people, the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, 2/3, is death, man. That's all that's left for them, man.
That proves that these Christians got it wrong as well. They'll leave something on on the internet or whatever. Pray for so and so. You know, scriptures tell you not to pray for them.
And then
Pray for this, pray for that.
Yep. And then they just go anybody, especially,
Right.
you know. Well, we won't get there because that's too much for them. You know. But yeah,
Now, like, if, let's say, breeze a Bach or something in a bad accident, but you know, you could pray for him because he knows he's an Israelite. He could still be of the elect.
yeah.
Right.
Or like maybe, you know, a soldier under him, or so you know, you can still pray for an Israelite. The ones that know,
Yeah.
Right.
because
Israelite.
you never know if they're going to convert back to the actual truth.
Right.
But the rest of Israel, until they convert over, there's nothing to pray to them for. They don't know the Israelites. They're heathen. They're heathen men. Now, when Paul was out teaching or trying to reach, it wasn't just non-Israelites. He was actually trying to reach Israelites too. He was trying to reach Israelites that you just sit back there. He was trying to reach Israelites that was didn't believe in the Messiah. Those were the Gentiles too.
Yep. Exactly. Can you get that Jeremiah? I think we mentioned it earlier. Get that Jeremiah 4:22. Since we was going into that direction, you know. Like you said, man, you got the like Gentiles. Most of the time in Gentiles, they're Israelites that just don't believe that they're Israelites. You know, like today they call themselves African American. You know, they don't know that they don't want to believe that they're Israelites. Or they'll call themselves black if they don't call themselves African American, because a lot of people are kind of coming out of that too. But they'll still call themselves black. Black is still a heathen. You should really call it. Honestly, you should really call yourself white, because white is purity, right? And that's why these Edomites gave themselves white, and then their skin is not even pure. You know what I'm saying? When your blood is showing through your skin,
Transparent.
that's transparent. That's really black, because that's evil, man. That's death, man.
We can get that. We can prove that in Numbers 11.
Yeah, we can get it.
About 11 and about 9. 11 and 8. And we'll go back.
No, it's
It's showing you that a lot of people. Now, to be honest, a lot of us acquired the curse of leprosy. So some of our people will look white. You know, because that's a curse.
Remember that Elisha in Book of Kings?
Oh, Nahab.
Yeah, that happened there too.
Yeah, he had cursed that man to be leprous.
Gehazi.
The guy who had came to Elisha to try to get the curse of leprosy off of him, right? And Elisha told the guy to go into the water. He didn't believe. And then
He eventually went in the water.
He eventually went into the water. And then Elisha, the guy was like, "How can I pay you?" He said, "How can I pay you?" And he was like, Elisha said, "Don't worry about it." And then the guy, what's his name? Elisha's servant.
Gehazi.
You said what?
Gehazi.
He went behind the guy, right? And he had got the guy to pay him. He was like, "Hey man, give me some money for us healing you." And he gave him the money, and then the guy went back. Gehazi went back to Elisha, and Elisha was like, "Where you went to?" he was like, I ain't going nowhere, because he lied to him. And then next thing you know, he said, that curse that guy who just came to me for leprosy is going to be on you.
The other thing, the other one was
Cursed him.
They cursed him.
Nahum.
Naaman. Yep.
Naaman was the guy that was the leper.
Right. He pretty much Elisha transferred that leprosy, that curse of leprosy from Naaman and gave it to Gehazi, the servant, for lying to him.
And it said when it went to his generations after him and everything.
It sure did.
After him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the Most High put the power on men to do that. That's why I believe with Moses, he gave Moses the power to use the curse of leprosy.
Right.
When he put his hand in the bosom and turned out white. Man, when you go into this, you're going to read this real quick. Read that Numbers 12.
Right.
You will see what happened to Miriam. Go ahead.
This is Numbers 12:7. It says, my servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house.
So the Most High already knew, of course, that he was going to make white people. Let's go back to the curse of Canaan, which the Christian church say the curse of Canaan was us because we were cursed black. They say even Jesus was cursed black, which is a doctrine spin off from the Mormons. They say the one you call Jesus was cursed black. So now curses are black, although the melanation is absorption and protection. So what melanation does, it absorbs nutrients, but repels the harmful rays.
Yeah, the sun rays.
Damn, that's a curse. That's a curse that you actually hoping for there.
Why is it the earth? Why? Why don't, when you look at the dirt, that all the grass sits in, that all the greenery sits in, that all life comes from, including your fruits and vegetables and everything else.
They have color.
And even though your animals that eat from it, all the dirt is what color? It's still
white.
Brown.
I mean brown.
Your eyes, your eye color. They said your eye color is just like brown or black. It's more protected.
Yeah, but the more darker your eyes are, the more light you have to go blind.
That's why when you see blind people, their eyes are like really, really foggy.
Look grayish a little bit.
So that's leprous.
Yep.
If a blind person pupils are white, that's leprous.
Yep. And that's what usually anybody blind, when they take off them glasses, their eyes they're like fog, grayish, clear color. You know, and it's just, like you said, that's leprous.
Like when you go into the Arctic and you look at certain dogs,
they white.
Certain animals, they'll have them real black eyes.
Oh, real black eyes,
the Childs, they had them real dark lenses. Those polar bears, they got dark lenses. And they got those purple tongues.
But when you shave a polar bear, it's black. When you shave off the hair, it's black.
That's crazy.
Penguins are black,
They have skin.
The killer whales even, what they call killer whales, the orcas.
So everything that sits in the earth has melanation. Even plants have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is also, it works like melanin. It absorbs the nutrients and deflects the harmful rays. It's life. It's not death. That's why when a person dies, no matter what color he is, he becomes more of a paler complexion. All right, go ahead, read.
It says, with him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And in similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, there were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against them.
Talking about Miriam. Let me put it in order. And Aaron and Miriam. Go ahead.
And he departed. It says, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
So as you know, the Lord always uses instruments or people or vessels as tools to do things. So when the cloud departed, you're going to keep reading, because this is what I believe. I believe Moses, who had that ability like Elisha, to curse your ass white. Keep going.
It says, and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
So Aaron looked at Miriam and said, what the hell? Which means her hair had to be like that, all that. All the melanin was taken out. It was like laying down. Like she looked like Casper or something. You know?
Almost like a vinyl and shit.
Yep, like albino. Go ahead. She might have had bushy hair, but had that albino bushy hair. Go ahead.
You can look up what they call leprous on like Google. That's not leprosy.
Yeah.
You know? That's a whole nother.
Well, it's different. It's different through urban dictionaries and translations. You know they water that shit down, man.
Wait, what you talking about? Like the skin disease?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's still different leprosies in the Bible, though.
Right.
Like me, I got moles and stuff. That's a form of a rising of the flesh. That's still a form. Any kind of skin disease is like a leprosy.
But they was curing some like small cases.
Yep. Because you couldn't come into the temples unclean. And then there was a clean leper. And then like an Edomite is like what you call a clean leper. You know, like if your skin burn off, you know, you leprosy. But if it's openings and shit like that, it's unclean. Right. Go ahead.
It says, behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord.
See, the leprous, say that, read that slow again.
It says that Aaron said unto Moses, alas.
So it's Aaron said unto Moses, alas. Go ahead.
Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee.
So now Aaron called his younger brother Lord. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, lay not the sin upon us.
So why didn't Aaron tell Moses, don't lay this sin upon us? Right?
Yeah.
So everything works through the Most High. The Most High ain't got to come down here and touch you, son, you're leprous, and put a big 20-foot hand on you and make you leprous. I mean, the Most High can do what he wants. But I'm just saying he ain't got to. He always uses
servants.
Like what happened in Egypt. He used the locust, and you know, there's certain things that he does.
But Moses already put his hand in the book.
That's what I'm saying. The Most High gave him the power to do that. So why did Aaron says, Moses, lay not this sin upon me? Because Moses had to be the one that more likely
They had the power to do it right.
Go ahead.
Put this shit on.
It says, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned.
I guarantee you Miriam wasn't saying nothing right then and there. You know what that would be equivalent to?
I wouldn't do it.
You know what that would be equivalent to? The Most High taking the black woman's food stamps, shutting her car down, shutting her bank accounts down, right? Taking a weave off, deflating her butt implants, right? Deflating her breast implants, cankering that makeup. I guarantee you, the black woman like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Lord. They wouldn't say a damn thing. They'd be crying. Go ahead.
Right. You know, a woman goes leprous today.
They gonna want it. Oh my gosh, I'm white today. You hear him talk about my blackness, blackness. Yep. But then you lay there with the white man, but it's all about your blackness.
Black woman, man, y'all full of shit.
Go ahead.
What you trying to get?
Say what?
It says, let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Right? It says, and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee.
Right. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, something.
Yeah, so someone on the comment board had a question.
Yeah, anybody got a question, we'll answer.
Yep. The question is, can a Sicilian man be saved?
If he's an Israelite, yes.
Yes, if he's an Israelite.
The majority, a lot of the Sicilians, who want to give a history on that?
Israelites.
Yeah, who want to get a history on it?
I can give them a quick history lesson. Well, back when we were in rulership, you know, around the Dark Ages, and before that, you know, a lot of Jake went up into
Moors.
were ruling, the Moors, and we, intermingled with the Edomite women, And a lot of the seeds, see, your lineage goes through the father. So all up in Sicily, Italy. When we rule, you know what we're going to be doing. Plus we were scattered throughout the whole world.
Right.
So we had children with those women. And those sons had children with their women, and so on and so on.
Right.
So you're going to have Israelites that look white.
They even know they have black blood.
Yeah. And the funny part is, there was some of the ones that they call Irish. Some of them migrated over there too.
Right, Ireland.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
They were called the Black Irish.
Go ahead. My grandfather, on our mother's side, he's Irish.
Well, he's true Irish. He's dark.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you're going to have situations where not all of them is, but you can go look it up. Like the Filipinos, they ain't nothing but Negroes too. A lot of Sicilians, hell, y'all act like us.
Yeah.
Look at the gangster movies.
I was just thinking that.
The mafia.
Somebody get John.
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Somebody get John 663.
They got two movies that come to mind with that.
Casino.
True Romance is one of them. And then you got the movie called The Banker, I believe.
There's quite a few of them.
With Samuel
Oh no,
Jackson.
True Romance definitely tell it.
Yeah.
That man was about to die. Yeah.
The Banker with Samuel Jackson and Anthony Mackie. Those two. They had that was a true story based off a true story. Where when our people had after slavery, they didn't want to allow us to go and take our money into the white banks and stuff like that. Because the white people would just take all the money out the banks and say that because black people put the money in there, that it loses its value. So they had got a Irish man to be the part, play the part for the two
Be the
black
middleman.
Yeah, these elites right here, they use the white and black thing to separate us. Right? That's what that's all about. To have us, and then they set up the gangs. The black guerrilla family. Hell, the Negroes got so many gangs, it's pathetic. The BGF and this and that, and the Mexicans, the Sicilian mafia, all that, they're all Israelites. But these people understand to separate us.
Yeah.
And as long as we separate, let's get a Bible verse on that too. Hosea 1:10. They understand if they keep the Israelites separated, that the prophecies won't come to pass, but the prophecies going to come to pass. Because it's not just about black skin.
Right.
You got people who look white. I remember I was watching a movie, the Sicilian guy, I can't remember it, the Sicilian guy got out and the white guy came up to him. He said, "I don't like you." He was like, "Why?" He said, "Because we know you Sicilians got black blood." Yeah. He literally said that. Everybody knows it, except our people. So if you're going to do Black Lives Matter, there should be Sicilians there should be Irish there should be so-called white people that identifies, right? And it is some of them. Martin Luther King had white people march with him. Well, guess what? Some of them could have been Israelites. 1 and 10.
That's why you gotta be spiritual, man. You can't be carnal and just look at somebody.
You got Israelite groups who'll say, "No, you Sicilian.
Yeah, they
you
all
can't be." They get group IHBK said the Ashantis and the Igbos aren't Hebrew Israelites. They said the Nigerians aren't Israelites. Like what?
Nigerians?
Yeah, man. What happened?
We came from a lot of Jake came from West Africa.
Yeah.
Doing the slave trade.
No, they gathered everybody and put them on a slave ship.
Every last one of them.
Every last one of them. They brought them here.
And like some of us didn't go back over there to be with our families, right? Now I don't know if you told more of the history. When the siege of 70 AD, 66 to 70 AD with Titus Vespasian, the Israelites fled down in the west parts of Africa and into Europe. You had what you call the Moors of Europe, and then you had I forgot the book. Who got that book?
Nature No Color Line.
No, about the Russian icons. Nature No Color Line is good too. I left at home. It got the Russian icons. So we ruled Europe for about 1,000 years. That's in, I believe, 20 as well.
Yeah,
we ruled Europe for 1,000 years, and we had white people as slaves. I didn't hear most of what you brought out.
Well, when you go to Paul, he went to Asia Minor.
Right.
Asia Minor is at the bottom part of Europe.
Yeah.
You know, so for those Israelites that was in Asia Minor, you ain't just gonna go all the way around, you know, to go into the part to Africa. Europe is right there.
Right. No, the biggest lies told that white people are Europeans, and they're not.
Right.
It's a big lie. They just conquered it. That's like saying white people are Americans. No, they're not. They just conquered America.
Yep.
They conquered Europe.
Just like those guys over there in Israel. They're not Israelites.
They're not Israelites. But before the Moors was even there, you had Japhetic other nations living in Europe. You know where the word Rome come from? Romulus. That's where the word Rome comes from, Romulus. And they adopted it, the white man adopted it, but the Romans were Edomites who adopted Romulus practices. Yeah, Hosea 1 and 10.
Like everybody stayed.
And then what happened, is the Moors, who were also Arabic, because they adopted Islam, we had slaves as well. We had white women as slaves, right? Which is coming back. Big time. They're gonna be concubines. And then we sold them. So this guy was on YouTube talking about the history of white slavery, and people on there like they don't know. But that was indentured servants. When you had the Irish came, some of them came on form of ships. But they would let them go. They were so-called white looking. They needed that barrier between black and white. But where did you see them indentured servants? We didn't hang no goddamn white women on trees. Come on, man.
Yeah, what we went through, that wasn't a slavery, man. That was genocide, man. That was torture. You know?
Homicide.
You know, that's what the hell it was, man. That was pure obliteration, man. Humiliation is what we went through. This shit, the fact that they still call this slavery is bullshit, man. All right? This is not slavery. You know what I'm saying?
So the bottom line is, yes, a Sicilian, if a Sicilian is an Israelite, a lot of the Sicilians are Israelites.
Oh, look at Boardwalk Empire. That's all you gotta do.
That's a good point.
Oh, even Peaky Blinders, man.
Yeah.
You know, towards the end of that, they had Italians come through. They were Sicilians, but then you had those other, you know, because the whole movie was pretty much about, I think it was like Scottish or something like that,
Right.
something like that, or Irish or something like that. You know, they all pretty much Israelites, man. You know, but towards the end, you had the Italians come in. They're still just another group of Israelites. So that's all you got to do is look at those movies. You'll get your answer real fast. Yeah, some niggas, man.
Yeah, it's about blood. It's about bloodline.
Yeah.
And it's the fathers. And we know that so-called blacks and Hispanics procreate more than planet.
Yep.
Like you go to the Filipinos after King Philip, guess what? Those they were conquered. They look like so-called Asian black. Look at a Filipino person now. They got the full lips, the nose, the eyes. They almost look Hispanic.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of the Filipinos are Israelites. They even know that. It's just that they wouldn't admit it back in the day, because if you said that you was, like if you were Sicilian back in the 50s and 40s, you wanted to make sure you were white.
Right.
You wanted to make sure you look white. You even had our people back in the 50s perming their hair.
Yeah.
And then they would take those pictures, like if they was already light-skinned, like Tom Jones, they would perm their hair. If they were Puerto Rican, they would perm their hair and learn a white accent.
You know what just walked by, we was just talking about? That's a Jake, man.
Oh,
Yeah. Look at his walk.
He almost look like an Arab.
You got to
man.
bounce
That's
to
a-
him.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man. That's a Jake, man. I saw him walk across the street bopping and shit. That's a straight Jake,
Yeah, we
man.
had an
That's
Arab-
that's a prime example.
Yeah, we had an Arab lookalike in here.
Yeah. Arabic dream.
This is Hosea 1 and 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Can't count them.
Which cannot be measured or numbered.
Sand of the sea has different tones and shades, man.
That's crazy you said that, because I was watching that movie, You People, that came out on Netflix about the with Eddie Murphy and who's that? Laura London.
Did it just come out?
Yeah. And then she the mama was like, yeah, because it was basically like a feud between the Jewish, the small head, looking people, and the Muslims. And she was like, yeah, our population is only like 1%, make up 1% of the world. And that scripture came to mind like, wait, hold on, you can't number our people.
Yeah, because people they're not spiritual. They keep looking at skin color. And we're out here telling you that it's not about skin color, man. Once you break that skin color, that's another stronghold that's broken that this devil had on you, man.
Well, there's another scripture that he called too.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'll let you want to finish.
No, go ahead. I'll hold up the scriptures.
It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
Where was that ever said to our people, man? You know, because in the Bible, you always had the Israelites that knew that they was Israelites every captivity. Every captivity, they always knew that they was Israelites. That's all about today. You know, that our people would discontinue from their heritage of who we are. You know, and now we waking up our people to let you know that you are Israelite not based off of whatever you look like on the outside, but your bloodline, you know, your lineage. You know, which that lineage can look like different nations, man.
Yep. You gotta remember, man. Everybody, especially now, though, man. Everybody's gonna look like everybody. You can have a Hamite that's you can have a Edomite that's gonna be as dark as me, man. Right. So you gotta remember, man. Everybody's gonna look like everybody now because everybody's mixing. We've been doing that, and obviously we gonna look like everybody. But you got Hamites that look like everybody.
That's why you gotta go into the origins of stuff. You know, that's why you gotta go into the origins. You know, being spiritual, having an explanation of why there are different races. You know, see, we got the answers through the scriptures. You know, we know why the so-called white man look the way that they do. They don't know why. You know, they came up with that lie that they was all in the freaking mountains and they lost their pigmentation because of how cold it was.
That's bullshit. Then the Eskimoians would be white.
Shit, as cold as Chicago be, why ain't they all white? Alaska, why ain't they all white? You know what I'm saying? Come on,
the prime example is those Eskimoians. They look like Mexicans a little bit.
Like gas.
They look like gas. Some of them look like Mexicans. Some of them look like, you know, Moabites. Guess what? They're Israelites, and they look dark. They still got complexion. It's even the Most High's not going to regress because that's the evolution.
Right.
If you go now, of course, over years, if you're really, really dark, you might lighten a little bit because you don't got the sun constantly activating that melanin. But if you go right back to the sun for thousands of years, right, and then all of a sudden they put your ass in one summer day in Baltimore, you guys gonna turn black real quick. Like them people over in the Holy Land, they all of a sudden trying to claim they have a tint of complexion. No, that's from the sun.
Yeah, that's why they're doing that shit.
Y'all Israelites.
Y'all, God's chosen.
Example, that's crazy. Example, walk right past.
What is that?
Example, walk right past.
Yeah, all the time, right?
Eskimos look like.
Yeah, I see why these men doing that shit. They got one hand in their pocket because they cold. They ain't doing that shit because they trying to play it off. There's another one doing that.
Oh yeah, well damn, they done messed up.
That's why they doing it. But it's cold.
When that lady last week?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why you gotta be spiritual, man.
Like
you know,
yes,
the scriptures say that Esau, he came out red and hairy all over. You know, that was that go so-called white man, that white race right there, man.
Red man.
Red man.
And it's red.
It was never really about skin color, but about nationality. But you can determine the nationality of these people at that time from being cursed.
Right.
Because he was going to be a cursed seed of the earth.
Go ahead, you got to. This is John 6 and 63.
God damn, I got a big ass police bus.
I was just looking at that.
God damn.
Like a chariot full of slaves.
That's a school bus.
They need to lock some niggas up.
For that swap.
You know, it says a lot that they got to use school buses, you know, as police vehicles now. You know, but they used the same thing for schools. Why? Because it's concentration camps.
That's the NWO.
Right.
And they gonna haul Jake off in them buses.
It'd have been Walmart.
Yep.
It's spelled backwards. It's spelled backwards. What?
You talking Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart.
Martial law.
Yeah, martial law.
Which Walmart it was actually started by a name Frank Walton or some shit.
Walton, yeah.
Some shit like that.
Two guys. I think it's two last names.
Well, who knows? That could have been made up. You don't know what to believe now, man.
Just like they set up the all them the Industrial Revolution. A lot of those guys were set up.
Yeah.
They were set up.
I got that clip you was talking about how metal was made. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Metal was made from certain rocks of the earth.
Yeah.
Like, really, which is metal? The Most High, man, the Most High is beautiful how he did things. He set it up just for Jake to build it and have metal.
And that's how you know we won with the earth. I had cut myself like under here yesterday by accident. And I did like that because I didn't know I had cut myself and it hurt. I was like, oh shit. So then with that same hand, I kind of did like that. Because I was laying down, it was a little small cut, but it was a little blood. And then I smelled nothing but metal, man. That's how you know we won with the earth, man. Because your blood is metallic. Right? Iron. It has iron.
You ever had a nosebleed?
It comes from exactly, yeah.
I did when I was young.
Yep.
I used to get them all the time, and all I did was smell metal.
Yeah.
Some layers of the earth is made out of metal.
Yep.
You know, like some is liquid metal and some is solid.
Right. And to show you how strong wood is strong. Go hit a tree. Let's see if that tree moves.
Your car be curled up.
It'll wrap that car up.
That tree ain't gonna move, man.
So really, all these buildings are rocks, like that.
It's all It's all rocks. That's Obadiah. Go ahead.
This is John 6 and 63. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Now I don't know if he said anything else, but I hope he was edified on that.
The word quickeneth, it means that's alive in that scripture. A lot of people got a lively spirit. The scriptures in Genesis, it says that two different manner of people, you know?
So it don't have nothing to do with color.
Yeah, every so-called, you got those Sicilians, you got some of them that know how to dance and stuff, know how to cook, you know?
Yeah, I was at a gas station, right? I keep telling this story. It was a small hats, and they were walking regular, and I turned on some music, banging some music. One of the small hats dropped and just started dancing and shit. Like a Jake, and doing it better than Jake. And I said, that's an Israelite, that's an Edomite. Although some of our people can't even dance. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that was a Jake.
Yep.
What about around the corner from us, the guy working a gas station, he called himself Money.
Oh yeah.
He goes to the mosque and everything, he like a straight
Hell
Israelite.
yeah, man. He looked like a straight up. But it's when last time we seen him, man, I looked over, I was like, man, it's with the way he carried himself. He got his hands back and shit.
Yeah, he Ephraim.
He's straight up Jake, man. Like he looked like an Ishmaelite, but it's with the way he wears his clothes, the way he does things. And even the way he talks though. That's a straight Jake, man.
The spirit, get on Romans 8:17.
Yeah, because if we with the 12 tribes chart, right? Like that's mostly for the ones that are here in the what they call it, the Western Hemisphere. Yeah. You know, that for those of our people that are over here. Because if we had to go off of the ones that's in Europe and all that, you know, it'd be so many other names on there, man. You know?
But why? Because the majority of Israelites were born here.
Right.
The main deliverance.
That's why that could go into the strangers.
Yeah.
You know? the Sicilians.
They are.
You know, they Israelites, they strangers, man.
They are strangers. Because kind of like when you go back to the Pentecost, right? Even before then, Moses had to bring a law. They're saying when you go to that Leviticus 19:34, I think. Get that real quick. Leviticus 19:34. Why did he bring that law? Because it would be compatible as like Sicilians coming here, and we'd be like, ah man, fuck they are, man.
Right.
And then we would have to say, nah, they brothers, you gotta love them like you love us. And that's what was happening back then. Got it?
19.
Yeah.
Like last year, Focus.
Might take off the gloves.
Yep, this is Leviticus 19:34. Doesn't sound like you. It says, but the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
Right. So why did he say that? The strangers that dwell among you shall be like one born among you. Go ahead.
And thou shalt love him as thyself.
Right, because we wouldn't love them as ourselves. So that's why if a Sicilian came up and he looked just pure white, now you had North and South Sicily, I think. I think the majority was South, but we all scattered. So if that man on the comment board came up and we spoke with him, and he identifies as the scripture says, none of the wicked shall understand in Daniel 12. Right? Also the scripture says, what's that? Answer every man of Timothy 3:15. I think it's 1 Timothy 3:15. You got it? No, keep going on that real quick. 1 Timothy 3:15. Go ahead.
It says, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Right.
I am the Lord your God.
Right. How were we strangers in the land of Egypt? Because some of us was under captivity under the Egyptians. So he said, love them. That's why in Acts, the 2nd chapter, when he said, Jews, devout men from every nation under the earth, they would have picked up different languages, you know, beliefs.
But if it turns.
No, 1 Timothy 3:15. Was it 1 Peter? It's 1 Peter 3:15.
Which is no. Oh no.
Oh. So you would have you would have Israelites be considered as strangers. We get that, hold that in Isaiah 14:1 as well. Yeah, read that.
Yep, this is 1 Peter 3:15. It says, but sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks of you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
Yeah, the hope. So we ain't got to answer somebody, is the Bible real? It's written by man.
Figure it out.
What do we believe? And all that? No.
Figure it out.
Those are the kind of questions we want to answer. Right. If a man come up and say, hey, can I be saved? Right? Well, that's one easy answer on that, Daniel. Hold that.
That was a good question.
Daniel 12:10.
And in the beginning of that scripture, it said, be sanctified in the Lord. Right? Because the only way, this is why we're able to answer every question, man. Obviously, according to the scriptures as well, man. Because when you're sanctified in the Lord, man, that's the only way you're going to be able to. These people out here, they don't have an answer, man, because they're not sanctified under the Lord. They're sanctified under money, man. You know, that's why they don't have answers. Like that woman came up here last week, gold and silver. That's your trust, man. Your trust is not in the Lord, man.
This is why every time we ask somebody, what is the solution to all this? What do you think the solution? Like the brother asked, what do you think is the solution to all this? It's always going to be something carnal, man, because that's what they believe, right? So this is why you got to be sanctified under the Lord, so you have an answer.
Yeah, if you see a guy, you know, calling on the name of Yahweh by Shemel outside and he look like a Chinese man, that ain't no regular Chinese man, man. Okay? You ain't gonna be able to get close to that name of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the foundation, man. You know? That's the foundation. Ain't no heathen gonna be able to come in and profane the Lord's name like that, man. You know?
Yeah, the Heavenly Father and His Son name is dreadful
among the heathen. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's why you got some people that, some nations, they say the name, Hashem, you know, the name. Like, well, what is the name?
No, that small hats do that.
Yeah, I ain't want to, you know,
so
try to talk around it, you know. But the Lord has a name, man, and that's one of the very first commandments, man, you know.
Well, what they say is that we're Christian because we believe in a Savior. But no, we're not that kind of Christian. See, if Jesus was already white, then why would y'all have to cover the picture?
Right.
In order to tell a lie, you must know the truth.
You got that, Daniel 12? I got the word sanctified too.
Yeah, this is Daniel 12:10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Right, so none of the wicked shall understand. So only a wise will understand.
The understanding of being converted, you know, purifying yourself, right? I got that word purify, the word sanctify, right? From that 1 Peter 3:15, right? It's what, hagaiazo, right? In the Greek, it says to render or acknowledge or to be venerable or hallow. It says to separate from profane things and dedicate to God, right? It says to consecrate things to God, dedicate people to God. It says to purify, to cleanse externally, to purify by expiation, free from the guilt of sin, to purify internally by the renewing of the soul, right? So, and the thing is this, as much as we use these people to say, oh, Hulk Hogan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Lee, right? Those are examples, you know, to say that our people could look like them. Right. We're not saying that they are of the elect.
I always say that.
You know, our people could look like them. You know, so if you see somebody that comes in and they're sanctifying themselves in this truth, they understand the doctrine, you know, no matter what they may look like, you know?
Well, whether Hulk Hogan is or isn't, that ain't the point.
Right.
The point is that it's a possibility that he can be an Israelite. Oh. That's where it all matters.
And what? Well, Israelite, as an Israelite coming into the knowledge, you have to first repent. You know? You have to repent. What's that mean? To turn back. You know?
Right.
Come back onto the Lord.
What's another person? Gordon Grant. He's a cop. A lot of people are cops. You know?
King James is cop.
Those are Christians, man. They don't repent because they think that the law is done away with. How can you repent and you think that the law is done away with? You can freely sin.
Yeah, you fucked up. That's just what it is. You just fucked up. You talk about the law is done away with, and then you wonder why you got crime. You cry about crime and the so-called black people getting shot down in the street and all this other crap. It's because of Christianity, man. Because of that same bullshit, man, that you push. Oh, the law is done away with. Why? Well, Yeah, well,
That means kill one another.
exactly. So that means I don't want to see your big fat black grandmothers on the news crying about little shitmo getting shot down in the street.
Shitmo.
I don't want to hear about that shit, man.
With dirty diapers.
Yeah, man.
Because they know
Nigga 15 years old with diapers.
they say the law is done away with. Where's the moral compass at?
Yeah, right.
You know, how can you tell whether what's right or wrong?
Right.
You know, that means they saying if you out here killing, how's that wrong if you ain't following the law?
Yes, sir.
You know, sir.
Nigga got a gun in his diapers.
Like I said, man, they like all these little gremlin Nicklets, they all look like Gobby from Harry Potter.
Yeah, with the big eyes and shit. Yeah, you remember the little gremlin thing on there? Big ass ears.
Gizmo.
Yeah, so the bottom line is the law, you can't say the law was done away with. They're saying that happened, that God changed everything after the, before the cross and after the cross. And after he died, then everything changed. No, when he died, his death was the covering of the blood of the saints. Right? Even unto the time, because if he never died for the sins of Israel, we would be in debt. The Most High's about debt. Right? You got to pay back, right? His own son didn't get out of it.
You better know it.
So, if he never died for us, man, there would be no mercy bestowed upon us. And the mercy is to carry you to the new covenant. That doesn't mean you're in the new covenant.
Talk to a prophet. Talk to him.
Go ahead, brother.
Talk to these guys. Talk to
I
them.
got that word.
Get everybody hyped up.
Talk to them.
That word expiation.
Facts.
Expiation.
It says the act of making amends or reparation for guilt or wrongdoing, an atonement.
That was only for the Israelites. Only the Israelites the one went off like that. See?
Yeah.
Well, show me where the Edomites went off. They never had the law to go off.
Right.
You know, the Edomites, you went off, so you could be repenting for your sins. Wait a minute. He wasn't ever God's chosen people to even go off.
Right,
Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How the hell did you go off if you was never...
Right.
That's like telling the inmate he went off and he didn't uphold the law. He ain't no damn police.
Well, when during that time, they all knew what nations and all that stuff. They all knew about nations.
Right.
You know? So when the so-called white man went into Africa, they went after a nation of people. Now Africa has many different nations there. You know? But it wasn't that like America. You know, we're gonna gather everybody up. You know, all the different nations, because there's different nations here.
That do make a lot of sense.
They targeted.
They targeted a
certain
people.
group of people.
You know, they came over here. It was a targeted attack of people who they went after.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, bro.
So the Christians think that it was just everybody during that time getting persecuted. No, that was Israelites that was getting persecuted. The Romans wasn't getting persecuted.
And
Because they didn't believe.
Yeah, that would make the Lord unjust if everybody could just make it. You know, after all this persecution Esau did to us, and then he get to freely just say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they get to share the kingdom.
Yes, sir.
That wouldn't be fair at all.
Yes, sir.
You know, that would be unjust.
Talk to him.
So they gotta pay.
That's right.
That's right, my brother.
right.
They
Right.
gotta pay.
That's right. Yes,
They-
sir.
In other words, you ain't getting away with what you did. So,
I got a scripture.
pay.
Now, when you go into when Yahushua healed the servant of the Roman centurion, the Christians say he was a Roman because he was a white man. But they all, what's wrong?
No, you're good.
They went to what's it, Capernaum? What's the name of the city?
Capernaum.
Capernaum.
Yeah, Capernaum.
You on it, man.
Yeah, Capernaum.
on it.
Oh,
Talk to him.
hey, you brought it
Talk
up.
to him, Elder. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah, so he went to the Roman soldier, the centurion, was an Israelite. When you were that head soldier, I forgot what what rank he was, but he was a captain of 100.
Right.
So a captain of 100 would have fought other Israelites. Kind of like when you're in the military, everybody wanted to come back home.
Yes, sir.
And Capernaum sits where? Right there in Israel, if not over Israel.
Okay.
Right?
right.
So they all went back. And then the Lord was, just because it said Roman centurion didn't mean it was an Edomite.
Oh!
See, that's racism right there.
Right.
To think that every Roman was a white man. That's a damn lie.
Right.
That's like saying every
United by common descent. Right? So
What did it say? What did it say?
a large body of people united by common descent. Right? Which that's the lineage, right? It says history.
Are you in Greek?
No, it's just the regular definition of it.
Okay.
It says descent, history, right? We look at America, right? Do we share the same history as the so-called white people? No, hell no. So do we share the same nationality as them?
No.
You know, even though we say that we're American, but America is trying to do away with our history. You know, so that we blend in with the American values. You know?
Sir.
But continuing on, it says culture. There's different cultures here.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You go to Italy, right?
Yes, sir.
But you don't even have to go catch no plane
Speak on it, bro.
and to go see this.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
You go to Italy, you go to Sicily, it's a whole total different culture there.
Yes, sir.
Than the people that are in regular Rome.
Facts.
You know? Or Italy.
Facts.
It says culture or language. Right? This is a nation.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
America, you know that English ain't even the main language here.
Ooh.
America, the English is not the main language here.
Wait for me.
You got people that speak Spanish. You got people that speak Mandarin.
Well, English is you say here?
Yeah, it's not the main language here.
In America?
Yeah, it's not.
What's the main language here?
They said because there's so many different languages here,
Yeah,
it's
but
not the main language.
for us,
You would
it's
think-
English.
Yeah, for us, we speak English,
Yeah.
but everybody got different languages here.
Yeah,
So
but
the
most part, when you go all over the country, you hear mostly English.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the order for in this society, the number one main language is English, but then under that Spanish, and then
That's why they got us take.
Yeah, because why is it English? Because English. They so-called speak real so-called English.
Right. You go down south, some of them speak patois, you know, French, you know. America wasn't just owned by the English. You know what I'm saying? You had different countries that came, and then you got North and South America too. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what happened is,
The USA, you can say that, but America is different. It's different language.
now, the main thing is England, because King James of England, the 1600s, they the ones came over here, and they set up, garrisons, so to speak. They set up through the military. That's how you could tell. Queen Elizabeth, all of them was English. All of them was English. And they came over here and conquered, and they allowed other countries. You had what you call the colonies that was set up. Even the church was set up under the Church of England. When you look at it, the apostles went into that. The English, the military, the church, and what's the other one? There was three of them.
The church, the military, and the finance.
The finance.
Go ahead.
Finances.
Go.
Those people, the Rothschilds and all them, they the ones set all that up. And Nathan Rothschild, Bilderberg, all of them, that's why America is the cornerstone of the world. And it really all of it came out of, England, to the most part.
Right, the trade routes. That's why we say, when the scriptures even say, when this place is done for, all the other countries, NATO, EU, it's all going to be shut off. Everything, they feed off this place.
Yeah, you had the EU, which is the European Union, the NATO, which was the League of Nations, and then you had NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Okay.
But the majority of your slaves, especially Judah, we speak this fucking language here.
English.
Yeah.
Because
It's not even real. What you're saying is it's not even real English, really. This is not. That's why I call it English.
Right.
Some ish means to pertain to.
I
Yeah,
was
right.
gonna say that you didn't just you had English that was a main part of it, but you had the French.
Yep.
You know they gathered up some
Spain.
Spain, Portugal. You know they gathered up some Israelites too, and they sold them and all that stuff too. You know
But they all was out of the heads.
Right.
These guys. See, all them nations got to come under the world leaders.
Yep.
Right.
That's where all the nations got to come under. They got to come under these devils.
The rules.
And one of the common things about all the 12 tribes is we don't even speak our original language.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We all went into captivity together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
But that's what the word nation means. You know, we supposed to have the same descent,
Yes.
you know, the same language, the same culture and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
it was all taken away from us.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's something.
That's right.
Go ahead. Now we look up that word nations in it's called ethnos in the Greek.
Yep.
It'll also tell you.
Like ethnicity.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is Amos 3:1. It says, hear this word.
I know what I want somebody to get. Revelation, to back up what the brother say. Revelation. Oh, you got it.
17 and 15. Yeah, this is the book of Revelation.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is Amos 3:1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
Okay.
O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, so this proves that the only ones that was going to be punished was the Israelites.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said, you only I know.
Right.
The law came from, it wasn't the law of Moses, it was the law of the Most High that was given to Moses to give to us. Moses was just used as a vessel to give us the law.
Nice.
Go ahead, read that what you got, Revelation 17, 15.
Yeah, the book of Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. It says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth.
Yeah, which we can see that this is Babylon. Yeah, you ignore that bitch.
Yeah, clear.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. This
Thank you.
where the horse sitteth.
Maybe a woman want attention, man.
That's all. Well, like
Wow.
you don't have to be that loud, you know. But then they get mad when everybody else in their conversation.
That's right.
It says,
They get mad when your music too loud. Go ahead.
it says, yeah, because the attention is not on them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Yeah, so the tongues go to languages, as the brother was bringing out. The tongues go to languages because it's a multiple languages. But the language that they want to learn is English.
Yeah.
In order to make it in these neighborhoods, you better know some goddamn English.
It's like
You know?
the English is like the U.S. dollar
Exactly.
to the world.
Yes, sir.
You know?
But there's multitudes and multitudes of languages.
Well, a couple
Right.
years ago, when I was going to school, I was standing on the bus stop with a Russian. He asked me what time it was, and he had to use English. It was an old ass Russian.
Yeah, if you're gonna be in these neighborhoods,
from here.
you're gonna be in
Park Heights.
You're gonna be in the black hood. Those small hats. It's like everybody got to know at least some form of English because of the stock markets, the stock exchange.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You better know it. What's on that money? You know what I'm saying? It's Latin. It is Latin on the back, right? On the front is English, and the back is Latin. Ordo Nova Soplium, which means new order of exchange.
That's some shalom to brothers and sisters that be watching.
Shalom.
You hear that?
But the main language really is what? What's the main language? Who knows? Hebrew. Because all languages come from a form of Hebrew.
Yeah, that's the pure language that the scriptures talk about.
In fact, when you go to the slave trade, when we fled from West Africa, I mean from Israel to Africa, when the Africans was brought here, they spoke, there was Yoruba, or Yoruba, there was Tweed, there was, they spoke, there was Igbo. They vote. In fact, did you know, this is how bad we are. By the time we was brought here into slavery, we spoke hundreds of languages. We had different hundreds of dialects of tongue.
We had Hebrew names too.
We had Hebrew names, but they were tweaked because we mixed it with a little bit of Arabic because we adopted Arabic customs. You gotta understand, when we left and fled, we didn't all stay Hebrews.
Right.
So when the white man came and got us, we were into like these wild practices and shit. What was going on? We were some of us were still sacrificing because you had some Jews who didn't believe in the Messiah.
Right.
Some Jakes are still able to do that, you know, speak different languages.
Oh, it's a Jake online, man. He's multilingual, man.
But that's the tongues according to the Bible, man.
Yep.
Knowing different languages.
Not that. I be like with you again.
What's that?
I don't know. That's Satan.
The minions, you know, y'all ever watch, you know, the minions, you know, the little yellow creatures. You know, y'all should know the minions.
You're a little younger, brother. I don't know about that. He knows. He knows.
Language that they speak, they speak a multitude, like mixed into one. Like all kinds of.
Oh, you said who are they?
Minions.
The minions.
Oh, the minions. Okay,
Yellow
I know what
people,
you're talking about.
Despicable Me.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They speak all kinds of, you know, different languages, like mixed into one. You know, as far as the voice acting. Right? You know, they keep on fusing and mingling all these different languages, you know, all together to create their own.
I got this
But
right
Apostle Paul, he spoke, you know, he had Greek. He knew like different languages.
Nice.
Right.
But does that really matter? Yahweh had to know 1,000 languages. He was the son of the Most High, so he was only, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna know all that.
Right.
When the kingdom comes, we're gonna have like 1,000 different languages.
Oh, all this shit gonna be destroyed. All that Spanish and
Man, all the
what's that? Chinese and Mandarin, all that shit gonna be destroyed in the kingdom, man. It's only gonna be Hebrew, man.
That's right.
Back to the basics.
We go straight back, man. No, man, the hell with all that, man.
that's gonna be the new NWO, the real NWO.
And a lot of people are ignorant too, man, because they think that the so-called Mexicans that they're Spanish.
No.
They're not Spanish, man.
That's right.
You know?
They speak a different dialect from actual Spain,
Right.
which was us.
And they took some of them from that land to South America and took them back there. So some of our people do live there, man.
So ultimately, the Spanish, the Hispanics, they're actually speaking our language that we taught. Because we was in Spain first.
Right.
The Moors.
Back to the Moors.
Right.
Well, the white man came and conquered them.
That's
And
hard.
came with Spaniard and stuff, but we mixed it in.
That's hard.
You know.
That's hard.
That's why Israel was helping, you know, force Christianity on other Jakes, you know, other Israel, you know, the Spanish and the Incas. You know, them Spanish, they were Jakes, you know, doing that shit. You know, what we doing, they doing today. Enforcing Christianity on the other people. So we created it.
Yeah, we was the one brought that damn Christianity along anyway. The white man took it
that's all they
and
ever
tweaked
do.
it and made it, and then he put the white. Look, man, Edom was not a smart man, right?
Are y'all Christians? No? Wait, atheists?
Where y'all from?
What is your belief? You Muslim?
Okay.
Okay.
You from Africa? Kind of.
Okay.
Figured that.
Definitely walk.
This is,
I mean, we could have dealt with him on a Muslim level. We could have went into St. Augustine. No big deal.
You saw they had to go.
Oh, them Muslims, man. Oh, man.
They already know they ain't want no.
That's why we didn't say nothing. Let them go.
Them Muslims, man.
They just kept walking.
Well, were they African Muslim or?
He said he was from Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, they were the
Come on
ones.
back, man.
They were the ones that adopted.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Hey, you called him up, bro.
You got to deal with it, man, bro.
He's all no.
Put you on the spot, brother.
Donald?
Where?
Yes.
Where?
Yes.
You said us guys?
Nigeria?
From the western parts of Africa?
West.
Okay. And are you familiar with 70 AD?
What is it?
You know what 70?
No.
So the thing is, right, you had the Roman captivity, right?
Okay.
Where our people, we was living in the eastern part of Africa, right?
Western part.
With the western part. The western part.
West.
No, the eastern part. Because we fled to the western part.
Oh, you talking about being in
Africa.
Israel?
Yeah, in Israel. We was living in Israel, and the Romans kicked us out of the land of Israel.
Right, we went to West Africa.
Yeah, we went to West Africa. No, I was saying we was dwelling in the West,
right?
in Israel.
The
That's
story
what
about
I said.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's about East. So yeah, it's part of Uganda, Zimbabwe. That's what the Jewish people, some of African
Right.
descent out there. Yes. Okay.
So you know, the being a Jew is a nationality, not a religion, right? It's a bloodline. Compared to like being a Muslim is a religion, but not a bloodline.
Yeah, Judaism. Yes, that's how they describe it. I see it's bloodline. Right?
So, can we get numbers 1 and 18? The thing is this, right? Like, all right, I don't want to get too personal, you know, but the lineage, right? Your lineage of who you come from, right? If you came straight from Africa. So, what is your last name for just?
The last name?
Yeah.
Isa.
Isa?
Isa is Jesus. Yes.
Okay.
So for
okay.
Muslim, Isa is Jesus.
Did you change it to that, or did you?
No, this was my last name.
Okay. Okay. You got that?
Yep. This is Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18.
This is from what? The Pentateuch?
Yeah, the Bible. This is from the book of Numbers.
It
This
says,
is the Pentateuch to the 5th book.
Yeah.
Exodus, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
yep, this is Numbers 1 and 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of...
Are you familiar with Moses?
Yes, of course.
Right? This is when Moses brought the people from out of...
This is the Exodus.
Yeah, from out of Egypt.
From Egypt, yes.
Right, they brought them into the wilderness, and they was numbering the children.
Yes.
Right, go ahead.
Yep. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names.
Right, so everybody was sitting up there saying, oh, I'm from the house of Judah. I'm from the house of Ephraim, right? Because it was 12 tribes there, right?
From Jacob.
From Jacob.
Yes.
Who got the blessing?
I don't know.
It was, you familiar with Abraham, right?
Yes, of course.
Right? And Abraham had who?
He has Isaac and Ishmael.
Right. Did
Ishmael-
Ishmael get the blessing? Or did
Well,
Jacob?
they all got the blessing. They're all prophet. To us Muslim, Ishmael is a prophet. Isaac is a prophet. Isaac
Okay.
gave Jacob gave the 12 sons of Israel.
Can we get that? Genesis.
Ishmael who's
Oh, in Romans too.
Praise,
Ishmael
yeah,
who's
praise
the-
white Jesus. That's you. White Jesus.
You know how many times Moses is mentioned in the Quran?
You're a devil.
We get that. We get that. No, we get that. The thing is this, and the elder, he knows a little bit more about the history of the Quran and everything. But what I'm trying to get to you to understand is that Ishmael never got the promise. He never got the blessing. Ishmael.
Do you want us to prove that?
Yes, go ahead, try.
You want to prove it? Get Genesis
said, go
17
ahead,
and 17.
Yeah.
The thing with Ishmael, right?
Ishmael never got the blessing.
Right. What does Ishmael mean in Hebrew? Ishmael in Hebrew is Yah Shema Allah. Right? Yah is he, Shema is heard, and Allah. Right? He heard Allah. That's all Ishmael means. Right?
He never got the blessing.
He never got the blessing. He never got the true name of the Lord. Allah just means God. Right? Or power.
It means God. It means the only
Well, God means power. Allah, God, power, they're all the same thing.
The same God that we worship. Jewish worship the same God, worship the same God.
Yeah, we gotta get it in the Bible. Got it.
Genesis 17.
This Genesis 17 to 17, it says, Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old?
Is that's in the Quran?
Yes.
This in the Quran? This right here?
No, not this one. But in the Quran, at least you know that Abraham had two sons. From Sarah, he got Isaac. And from Hajar, he got Ishmael.
Okay,
So
we're going to read more.
prophets.
We gotta show who the blessings went.
Right, who the blessing went to.
It says, And Abraham said unto God, Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. It says, And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him.
With who?
And I will, it says, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Right.
And I will establish my covenant with him.
Keep going.
For an everlasting covenant.
What happened to Ishmael? Go ahead.
And with his seed after him.
And go ahead.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly.
Right. So he got. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can deal.
No, go ahead. You about.
No, I was saying he got the blessing. He got a blessing, but he didn't get the blessing.
Right.
He didn't get the covenant, the contract.
Now,
but he got a blessing, right? So he's blessed.
do you know Ishmael had children today, right?
Yes.
They will be called the Ishmaelites.
Not really.
No, they are. They're called Ishmaelites.
No, the Ishmaelite is just a branch of Islam. It's just
It says it again right here.
Go ahead.
It says, and I will make him a great nation. It says, but my covenant
Go ahead.
will I establish with Isaac.
He said what?
But my covenant I will establish with Isaac.
So Ishmael didn't get a covenant, a contract, or blessing from the Heavenly Father of the children of Israel, because out of Isaac came who? Jacob. Yeah. And then the father of the 12 sons of the children of Israel. Yes. Yeah. And we know the children of Israel was God's chosen people.
Right.
Right? We can show you in the book of Kal.
No, it's in the Quran.
I can show you in the Quran.
No, it's in the Quran also. It's not a problem. We agree with that.
Okay, good.
So there, yes, but
what we're telling you is our people during the time of 70 AD, what he was talking about, we fled and we went into Europe and we adopted Islam.
Right.
As a Roman Catholic doctrine anyway. But you was really an Israelite. Go look it up. You was an Israelite before you was a Muslim.
Right.
No.
Yeah, you was an Israelite.
Now let me show you this, right?
If you're the children of Israel.
Right. Now let me show you this, right? Because I said Ishmael had children, right? And you said that there is no such thing as Ishmaelites. Okay. Here go the scripture, right? This is the book of Judges 8 and 24. And it says, and Gideon, can somebody get Psalm 83 and 3? It says, and Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you that you would give me every man the earrings of his prey, right? Because what happened was Gideon, they had overtaken these people, right? It says, for they had golden earrings because they were Ishmaelites, right? So when we go to this word Ishmaelites, right? The word Ishmaelite, right? In this word, it says a descendant of Ishmael.
Yes.
So Ishmael had children, and his children, what you got to understand, right?
What I'm trying to tell you is, from Ishmael, you get the Arabs, right?
Okay, right. So that's what I was trying to get at.
In 600, there is a prophet who came in 570 to preach Islam.
What did he prophesy?
The oneness of God.
The oneness of God. That's a prophecy?
Yes.
Okay, come on.
The oneness of God. Second, he came.
That was already spoken of before he even came. But go ahead.
And what he was told also, come and confirm what has been revealed before the other book, i.e. the Bible,
okay,
the Gospel, and the Torah.
So what is the Gospel?
The Gospel is revealed to Jesus Christ. And the Torah was revealed to Moses. So he came only to confirm what was revealed to other prophet before. So what we're saying is Islam is not the new
Okay.
The prophet was sent just to confirm what had already been revealed. This is it.
So,
and that's what the Quran says.
okay.
And he claimed it clear.
So who was the first Muslim then?
All the prophets, Abraham,
Abraham was not no Muslim.
Abraham was not a Muslim.
You know what Muslim means?
What does the
What
word
does it
Quran
mean?
mean?
No,
Well, no. What does the word Muslim mean?
Muslim means submit to God. This is it.
Okay.
Submission
But
to
it's-
one God.
Okay, but it's become a religion.
No, Abraham submitted to one God.
Right, but then it became
Jesus
a religion.
submitted to one God. Moses submitted to one God. Islam is
Okay, if he submitted to one God, what did God say?
What did God say?
We can show you what God said. Since they submitted to God, right?
Submit to me. Are you
Right.
filming something? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, we feel me.
We got
If you
people
can, you
watching
can speak
online.
louder if you want. Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to be filmed, then we don't have to put you on camera.
No, don't put me on camera. That's fine. I'm just. I see
Oh, okay.
brothers, I'm just talking
Okay.
to you.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah.
I see brothers. I'm just talking to you. So it's like.
yeah, it's cool, man.
Well,
We
you said
doing this
Muslim
for-
means submit to God. Well, Mormons believe they submit to God. Does that make them people of the Bible? Absolutely
So
not.
just if you submit to God, in Arabic it means.
Okay.
This is it.
Now, if they submit to God, aren't they supposed to follow God's laws?
Yes.
Do they follow God's laws?
Yes.
What law do they follow of God?
The Quran is. Listen, you're not a Muslim if you don't believe in the gospel. You're not
Okay.
a Muslim if you don't believe in the Torah.
So does Muslims, does Islam,
You're not Muslim if you
well,
don't believe
hold
in
on,
the Quran.
does Islam teach that anybody can be a Muslim?
Yes, anybody.
But God, that's against God.
That's against
He
God.
never said that.
Anyone can be a Muslim.
How about we show you in the Bible? You believe in the Bible, right?
Not the one that you have. I believe in the.
Oh, you don't believe in the Bible we
I believe
have?
in the teaching of
Come
Jesus.
on,
Do you know what an Israelite means?
Said he don't
Do you know
believe
what
in the
a- do you
Bible
know what
we
an Israelite
have.
means?
But Louis Farrakhan walks around with the Bible.
Yeah, Louis.
The word Israelite goes into is Yashar Allah. He is the Prince of God. Okay, and it also means a son of God. Okay, that is loosely translated. That's
Well,
all it means. But you got it.
I'm gonna read this. Hold Matthew 22 and 32. This is the book of Kal in the Muslim in the Quran. You know what the word Quran means? That you speak of
Book.
No, Quran doesn't mean book.
It means book.
No.
Yes.
You want to know what it really
It means
means?
books. It means revelation. That's
No.
what it means. Yes.
Quran means to recite.
Or recite. Yes.
Okay, all right. And a revealing, you got to show me a Muslim, a prophet in the Bible. I mean, in the Muslim, a prophecy in a Quran that came true.
Yep.
But anyway, the book of Kal 2:136. Say we have faith in Allah and that which has been sent down to us, and that which was sent down to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, and Jacob, and the tribes, that is 12 tribes of Israelites, who received the revelations through the prophets that were sent to them, and that which Moses and Jesus, y'all believe in Jesus?
Yes.
Y'all only believe he's a prophet though. It says, we're given, and that which prophets were given from the Lords. We make no distinction between any of them, and we do submit. Matthew 22:32.
Right, this is Matthew 22 and 32.
So there's no distinction.
Here we go.
It says, I am the God of Abraham,
He said, I'm the God of Abraham,
and the God of Isaac,
and the God of Isaac,
and the God of Jacob.
and the God of Jacob. Wait, where's Ishmael?
But hey, we got something about concerning Ishmael.
Right, hold
you
on
got
a second. Go ahead.
It says, God is not the God of the dead,
Right.
but of the living.
So he calls anybody else outside the God of the Israelites the God of the dead. Now, all through the Bible, you say you believe in the Bible, right?
The gospel
You believe in the gospel?
revealed to Jesus.
Right. Do you believe in the Bible, right?
Revealed to Jesus. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, who is Jesus coming for? Is he coming for all people?
No, he's coming to the people of his time.
Right. But he never said he's coming for Islam. He's coming for his chosen Israelites. Did you know that?
He's coming for the people of his time. He was sent as a prophet.
No, he's coming for the people of this time.
Well, people who follow him.
Who's coming? Who's coming? Who?
No, I'm
Jesus.
talking about Jesus.
Okay, so you believe in the second coming?
Yes, of course.
So why is Muhammad important?
Why ain't they there?
Muhammad came to confirm what was revealed to other people.
Okay,
It
so
was confirmed.
according to your doctrine, God, anybody can be saved.
Oh, yes, of course.
And God, you know that's Christianity, right?
If you do good deeds, you'll be saved.
That's why with Islam they wear the beads. They do a lot of things that the Roman Catholics do. It ain't nothing but a Roman Catholic religion, right? Now, according to the Bible, is Jesus coming for the Israelites only, or it could be Muslims or everybody?
It's gonna come for everybody.
That doesn't say that.
Huh? The Quran says it.
Right, that's why,
The
look,
Quran is a false book.
you only need one book. You don't need 100 different books.
See, that's where you gotta go on that. Just straight up, man. The Quran is a
Get
false
Acts
ass book,
5:29.
man. Islam is full of shit. Just straight up,
sermon
man.
or something like that?
It might be his son. Or his freak off.
And see, I'm glad you went into that direction. I'm glad you went into that direction because I heard him say that everybody worships. I'm glad you went into that direction because that proves that we don't worship the same God, man. Right.
You can look at the similarities.
Islam is full of shit, man.
You can look at all the similarities between Islam and the Roman Catholic Church. They got the same things going on. They wear the beads, they wear almost the same, they go to the same holidays. They just make it different variations. But the Bible and Jesus, and in fact, Jesus was who? Who was Jesus, sir? Was he a Jew? Yes or no? Or was he a Muslim? Who was Jesus? Was Jesus a Jew or was he a Muslim?
I got you.
Go ahead.
This is from the brother Kazak Ben Yehuda. This is Jeremiah 10 and 16. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Which we just proved. Yahushua said out of his own mouth, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Right.
That's it, man.
That shows that the separation, all those other people wasn't there.
What happened to Ishmael? We don't see Ishmael.
Or Esau.
The God, you know, in the game shows, the big X.
Right. Yeah. Family feud.
Because if we would have brought up Esau, you know, and how he's the synagogue of Satan, they're not going to understand that part.
Right.
You know, are those people that live in the land now? Are they real? Are they those people?
They believe in the Bible. This was the question. He said he believes in the Bible. When we start reading it, he said he don't believe in this one.
Right.
You see what happens?
Yeah. That's confusing.
You can't come up here with that madness, man.
That's
You're
how
gonna get cut.
that's how the Nation of Islam people are. They believe the Bible, but don't believe in the Bible.
Well, you know who brought Black Islam to America? Brought it to New York? A white man, Ottoman Turk, by the name of Farad Muhammad. You can look it up. That's who set Elijah Muhammad up. And he had the nerve to get his name Elijah like out of the Bible.
Well, he just said that one of y'all brothers said they just Arabic Christians.
Yeah.
Well, I just said it. Oh, you said it too.
Reciting that what's already written.
Yeah.
Coming to prophesy the oneness of God that was already written.
All they have, when you look at the Roman Catholics, right? Yeah, Farad Muhammad. Somebody look up the similarities between Roman Catholics, Roman Catholicism, and Islam.
That's confusing, man. Why would the Lord
Farad Muhammad, a white man,
need two books?
Right. Sean, look that up real quick. The similarities between the Roman Catholics and Islam. You're gonna see that there's a lot of similarities. That came out of St. Augustine, man.
Right. A lot of the Turks, they're being, scribe class. It's like the Janissaries. They were mostly in charge of writing those type of, deities.
And then he said that he knew that the Ishmaelites was Abraham.
Well, I know, brother, I was letting you do, but then after a while, it gets to the
straight
point.
to the point.
Because it becomes a waste. These guys.
He everything that he was saying, he's trying to recite. You're trying to join up together with the Bible. You can't do that.
You can't say just because Muslim means connect with God, that don't make you righteous, you dumbass.
Catholic Islam, right?
Yeah. And then he didn't know what the word the Quran meant. You dumbass, you got a book and you don't even know what it means.
Sometimes you gotta assess these people and see
where they're at.
Where they at and all that stuff.
You can see looking at him, he wasn't right.
Yeah.
That's
what I
think
thought.
he might have been a Hamite. He probably was a Hamite.
That's what I thought.
Or he could have been a Jake and the other one definitely Ham. Oh yeah, the other one definitely.
Now you think that you know the Bible. Let's see how much you really know.
It's about the Israelites. It's not about those other nations.
I don't really like talking too much about Islam because they come with the same old rhetoric. And it's really easy, but they just come with the same old bullshit. And then you got to go into the Bible and cut them. And then when you go into the Bible and cut them, they say they don't believe in that book now.
Right.
So heavy demon on there, man.
Right.
This is our buckler and our defense. Now, how are we supposed to go defend a doctrine without our own book? Come on, man.
What the Prophet Muhammad prophesied.
The oneness of God. and that the Lord was going to come.
That was already. They ain't got to prophesy that. Everybody believe in the oneness of God. Come on, man. And that was already talked about, like you said. That was already talked about. Come on, man. The oneness of God. A prophecy is supposed to be a prophetic event of something that's supposed to come before it's and that is said. And there's nothing in that Quran.
Say it.
You know, just tear it and use. If you run out of toilet paper, right? Just tear the Quran and wipe your ass.
Here's a couple of them. Want me to read them up? Read them up.
And then ball it up.
It's
Go ahead, read it, brother.
Yeah. It's one of them. It says this is the similarities between Islam and Roman Catholic.
Roman
Catholic. It says
it's one of those words.
Yeah.
Catholicism.
You don't want to say that.
All right. It says both the Roman Catholic Church and Islam believe that only they are the one true church or religion.
Well, wait a minute. They said everybody could be saved, but yet they singularized in their own self. I was just confused, man. Come on. Just confused ass religion, man. Ain't that damn black ass porch monkey out here. God damn, man.
It says number 2. It says the Roman Catholic Church and Islam require mandatory fasting.
They do the same thing.
Yep. It says the Roman Catholic Church worship, prays to give, and give titles of God to Mary. Islam highly esteems Mary, and she is mentioned 34 times in the Quran. It says the Roman Catholic Church and Islam base their salvation on a complicated system of works and deny salvation by faith alone.
And they both believe in hell.
It says both cults deny the biblical view of the atonement. The Roman Catholic Church doctrine dictates that one must go to purgatory to have his sin purged. It says the Roman Catholic Church claims visions and apparitions in an effort to add false doctrine. Muhammad claimed to be purified as a child by angels. He claimed to receive revelations from Archangel Gabriel.
So, when you really go into it, that damn Muhammad, he slaughtered millions, I believe, of Israelites to convert over to Islam.
So it's basically
the same way the white man did, the Roman Catholics did, to convert us over to Christianity. So that's why you have those two main religions in our community.
Oh look, it says,
go ahead.
The Roman Catholic Church and Islam share the hatred for Jews.
Wow.
So it's basically almost the same thing. It's the same.
Well, they're actually the same religion. Almost.
Same religion. Yeah. It says,
just a spin-off.
You had those holy wars. You know, during that time when the Muslims came about. You know, you had the Byzantine empires, and then you had some like you said, you had some Israelites after the expulsion that tried to continue to keep sacrificing. They went to do their own thing.
And some of them converted it into Islam. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, you had some Israelites that you know believed in the Lord and everything. Everybody was trying to spread their doctrine around. You know, during that time. You know, the time of the Byzantine Empire and all that stuff. Those are the holy wars.
Yeah,
you know?
Byzantine means what? It means backwards.
Wow.
And during this time, this is when the people of Khazar, they started realizing, you know, we could go into the land.
Yeah, that's when we, under the Hagen Bullen, we started converting them over in about the 7th to 8th century. Those people you see in that land, they got converted by us. That's how they became who they are. And then when you work your way up out of the so-called dark ages, we the one had them in subjection. They became lenders. They were like, that's why you see the pawn shops?
Yeah.
They became lenders. And they used what they call guile and subtlety to trick and obtain. And then once they got that money, once you get the wealth of the earth, you can use any subtlety to take anybody down, man.
Now you see why the Lord put us in captivity. You know, we kept creating all of these different doctrines, these philosophies, these idols on the whore against the Lord. Gone a whore against the Lord again. You know, it kept happening. You know, Israel just kept serving all these other gods and making them.
And how a lot of that happens through the wealth and stuff, man.
That's how the banks came along.
That's how the banks, Wells Fargo and all them.
Yeah.
They started, that's when they started, I think the Federal Reserve started, what, the early 1900s? Late 1800s? What they did is they did that, they were lenders. That's why when you go to the bank and you try to buy a home, you need a lender. It's the same
Money
thing.
ain't nothing but an IOU.
It's nothing but, well, their money is, yeah. And so what they was doing is saying, look, we can take your gold. They, you know, people had gold in those banks, and then these same people would set up robberies, right? Because they had the money to do it.
Yeah. Right.
And they would set up robberies, and then put the people in a panic. And then they said, we want our money back and bonded. And that's when they started writing the IOUs. So if you put $1,000 in, you could get it bonded for $1,000 or maybe more to say, hey, we'll protect it. And people trusted in that. Even in your banks today, you'll see it FDIC, federally insured. That ain't nothing new. That's hundreds of years old. That's why on your money it says legal tender. That ain't nothing new.
Right.
That's how they established that. And how did they do that? Organized loan sharks. That's why they got this shit going on with the sports betting.
Right.
You know? They fund both sides. And all they doing is extracting taxes and money and wealth out of both parties. They know that's what wars are doing, bankers wars.
All wars are bankers wars.
Yeah, they control both sides of the narrative. That's why they always in like Black Lives Matter. That's why these people, they fund George Soros, they fund the Black Lives Matter.
Who are they?
But they more likely fund the KKK too. They also fund, like the KKK got a 501c3.
That's crazy.
The Christian nationalists that stormed the U.S. Capitol, they're churches.
What's that? Extortion.
That's what it means. That's what the small hat means, extortionists.
Yeah.
So they fund, like feminism is being funded by them.
They fund everything that you see on this planet.
And the Israelites, right? Even the Israelites, they're funding Israelites.
Yep, they are.
The Comforter, he was funded.
Yeah. He sold out.
Bishop Nathaniel, I believe he's funded.
He's funded.
Yep. ISBK, they're funded.
That money controls people, man. That money controls people, man. That's why the scriptures say, what sort of man give in exchange for his soul and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, this man understands the extortion. He understands if he put his hand in the pot of everything. When you go back to the time of the mafias with the Godfathers, you had the so-called Jews that was heading that as well. You know, these people funded all of that, man. The look at the movie Snowfall, that show Snowfall, the CIA. Ricky Ross and all them. The CIA was funding them. They funded all the drugs coming in. They fund Nicaragua, you know, Iran, all that shit, man.
They fund all the drugs.
When a wicked man is exalted, a wicked man is hidden, or something like that. I think that's in Proverbs 29.
When a wicked
a wicked is hidden or something like that.
When you look at betting, right? Let's say you wanted to bet on two teams, and you had multiple teams, and you favored one over the other one, so you would put money on that, just like they did the Twin Towers with the 9/11. They put insurance plans out on that. But when you fund both sides, there's a chance the side that's going to lose, what they'll do, like even in boxing, what they'll do is the guy that's expected to win, everybody put their money on the guy to win, that's when they'll step in and put it on the guy that lose. They'll put a little bit on the guy that wins so they won't lose. But then when the guy that loses, they collect a big ass payout. That's why you have what you call upsets in sports. They're behind that shit. It was an upset. Remember Georgetown and Villanova back in the day? Yeah. Everybody thought Patrick Ewing and Georgetown was going to win. Everybody put their money on Georgetown. I guarantee these people, we're going to go to Villanova. All right, take the dive. Hey, one of those NFL athletes said that. The coach told him, yeah, just let it go. Take the dive. Now, you don't understand the mindset of these people, man. Right. All right, go ahead, brother. You got that?
Yeah, I got this. Psalm chapter 12, verse 8. It says, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. All right? So the vilest men, you know who they are. And the wicked walks on every side, man. The wicked walks everywhere. And that's pretty much what you was going into. All these different religions, these betting, you know, funding and stuff like that. That's what that is, man. You know? Because they're being exalted. They have been exalted by who? Lord Yahweh Shemi Awashai. Then you got shit like that, man. All that dust in the sky, man.
Oh yeah.
You know? That's another example of a wicked walking at every side, man.
We just got down here like to the point and there was no clouds up there. Now there's dust, not just people.
And then what'll happen is a couple days it'll rain.
Yeah, exactly.
All them chemicals. That's called barium oxide and all kind of, like if you took the metals. Hey, shalom, brother. Yeah. If you go into your body, you would find all kind of toxins and metals that's in your body from what you breathe.
Right. I got something.
This is Proverbs 28:12. When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Black Lives Matter just come out of nowhere.
That sound like the other one too.
You know, a man is hidden. When you anything that these devils bring out, and you think that it looks good, it sounds good, you gotta be skeptical about everything, man.
You got that right, man.
Prices of food go low. Well, why is food so low right now? What's going on?
Yep. You gotta think about it. That's the point. Oh, when they came out, oh, that's Edom from the cave himself.
God damn.
No, they came straight from God damn.
Edom high.
Damn.
You ain't got no chill, man.
Edom high. You know how the movies and stuff like that, you have a hive full of flesh and shit. You got these fleshly pods and shit.
Oh, the hives, yeah, they come out of the hives, crawling out with them dirty nails and shit. But go ahead, what were we saying?
You know, I was saying that the price of food go low.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like with those, they gave those stimulus.
Yeah.
I was saying to myself, I know y'all caught that. When they gave them stimulus checks out, I was like, yeah, they can get that back in no time. Yeah, they got their money back. And now they cut the food back. Yeah, and more. In other words, I'm going to give you some money so you can get the snake stuff. Now, we're going to make you happy. We're going to give you extra food too. Yeah. But once you get it, oh, we're going to pull back double. And now everybody hurt, man.
Yup, everything high.
Everything high. Even the niggas on the street can't even get high like this shit is. Yeah, that's true. Nigga like, damn, I can't even get high no more.
You know what I realized? You know the little bag of chips that used to be?
They used to be 25 cents.
25 cents. They're a dollar now.
Yeah. And they had a lot of air in them and shit.
And it's mostly air. Yeah, about 7 potato chips in it.
And then you know in the hood, I went to some store in the hood, right? They had a bag of chips in there called hip hop chips. With a nigga with the basketball holding it. I said, man, that's sick, man.
Well, now they got it with rappers.
Oh, rappers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They like that hip hop chips.
You see him at 7-Eleven now.
Yep.
Try to stay away from anything that say hip hop, like that chicken and fish. I ate that shit, man. My heart was like jumping out my chest. That hip hop shit, man.
On that.
God, damn right. MSG. Oh, man, MSG.
They really trying to get that part.
It's sugar get sold. Because the food is frozen.
It's
MSG. That's monosodium glutamate.
It make it taste good.
All right, go ahead, brother. You got some.
I got something. You had something, Bazaar?
Yeah, he
left for it. Yeah, that's most important, man. I didn't want to curse myself either.
You lost it. Go ahead.
All right. This is that for these guys. This is James 5:1.
Let's do the right thing.
It says, "Go to now, you rich men." It says, "Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." It says, "Your riches are corrupted." Right? It says, "In garments, and your garments are moth-eaten." It says, "Your gold and silver is cankered," right? And I looked up that word, cankered, right? And it says, affected by a malign or corrupting influence. Okay, because that's what these devils do. They use that money as an influence over, the countries, over the world.
And it's not real money.
Right. You got people actually thinking that they actually got buying power, man. I went to a video earlier this week. They got something called a bank holiday. Or however much, because they will flag your account. Why this guy taking out all this money all of a sudden?
You know why they do that, though? Because when you drop that kind of money in there, it needs to build interest. Oh. Like if you go get, I'm gonna get back to you. When you get an accident, or you're waiting for a settlement, they're waiting till that money build interest before they kick that shit back to you. Devils know what they doing, man. It's kind of smart though. If I gotta pay you all 3 G's, I'm gonna wait 5-6 months, which is not supposed to happen. But I'm gonna wait 6-7 months or maybe 9 months, and I'm gonna get 25 of it back. So they're making money off each side.
And that's the scriptures say nothing is new under the sun, though, because that's how it happened back then. Like I said, that video game Assassin's Creed. They go into how it all started too, with all the Knights Templars and all that stuff, right? And that's probably one of the reasons why the Lord went into the temples and started putting the tables too. Because that it goes deep, man. The conversions and all that stuff, the money conversion. But the bank holiday is when you go to the bank and everybody is pulling their money out the bank, so now the bank don't got no money. And you can't spend anything. The prices of food is high and all that stuff. So this is what's gonna happen. So
and it's all digital now.
Yeah, it's digital, but the dollar bill is losing its power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the digital is all about digital. You know what I mean? The Revelation 13. That's what it's all basically about.
Right.
They have levels to it to get you to that point.
Right.
It's not even, to be honest, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It's not even, it's money because that's what it's used, but they have the power. And this is the first time that the Most High showed the power of cashless money.
Right.
To be able to do what it does.
That's crazy. That's that your gold and silver is canker.
Yep, that's it.
The people who have, there's a saying, you will have nothing to be happy.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
we don't have nothing, and people are happy. That digital, that cashless money is wicked, man.
Then they just, it's just digital.
Yeah, it's digital.
Give 1 Timothy 6:17 on it.
It says, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, right? And what's that? The rust of it is the value of it, the money, the dollar bill that they done set up, the wickedness of the dollar bill losing its value, and this being a witness against these people, right? It's going to go to it. Says, and so eat your flesh as it were fire, right? Because these other nations are gonna they're gonna require America to pay up for that. That they're in debt for a reason, right? It says you have heaped treasure together for the last days, right? Now they got the actual things that money can buy. You get what I'm saying? We don't have those things. But everything that we have is temporary.
They got
You know what I'm saying?
real resources.
Real resources.
Gold, silver, oil, you know, resources, like things, tangible things.
Right. We got freaking credit cards and, you know, chip cards and stuff. You know? It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, right? The people who have put at work, right? Which is of you kept back by fraud, right? This whole system is a fraudulent system. Because for one, we're supposed to get paid every day. That's what the Bible says. Don't let the sun go down on this man's wages. We supposed to get paid every day. You get a job, what? You get paid every week, every 2 weeks, a week and a whole.
Sometimes
right?
Weekly.
Some people get paid monthly.
Yeah, I was going to say, some of them get paid by salary, they get paid monthly.
That's right. That's the being the wages being kept back by fraud.
Oh, yeah, man, that's bullshit.
And then too, let's say you just the beginning of the month, those major bills come.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. These people out here are already struggling. You know, you just got fit. You living paycheck to paycheck, right? Now the dollar bill that lost its value is all digital, right? And they ain't gonna see your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The value of everything is high, so it's like, what the hell? You know?
Yeah, they take that right out your account too. And
they take it when they pay you. They getting their cut and all that stuff.
Right. Then you can't even go buy food and stuff when they just snatch it from you and shit.
Right. Exactly. Right. So if you have to work. Wait, if this not your paycheck week, you get paid every week or every 2 weeks. You know, you messed up.
Right. That's crazy, man. I ain't think of that. That's nuts.
Yeah. That's the being kept back by fraud. It says they cry because when people aren't able to pay for their everyday living, their everyday necessities, food, keeping a roof over their head and all that stuff, they're gonna be crying out. You know?
Yes, sir.
And they're not gonna care about what the hell the governors and the rulers of the people have to say.
Right. I'm gonna get for you on that subject, but
It says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, right? The Lord, the Sabaoth is the Lord's army. Okay? It says, you have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. That's like the brother just said. They got all the resources, all the things that they could possibly possibly ask.
Yeah, that's James 5, ain't it? Yeah, I didn't realize that it was reading.
It says, and have been wanton, you have nourished yourself as in the day of slaughter.
Pieces of shit.
It says, you have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. And when this NWO comes, because they look at us like the cattle. You know what I'm saying? When this comes, we're not for this system. You know, you got, you know, the idea when, you know, the Revelation 13 comes, you know, they're gonna force, they're not gonna sit you down in the chair and say, you know, oh, we gotta, you know, make you take this chip, you know, see him, you know. They're not gonna do that. You know, you're gonna have some people that know that it is the MOTB that's going. You said what?
Some of them
they still gonna take it, but you got some of them that aren't Israelites.
Yep.
That are gonna be fighting against it.
Yep. Oh yeah, like them white wing Christians. Yeah. A lot of them Edomites, man.
That's why the scriptures say in Job 20 that every hand of the wicked shall come upon you. When they're about to feed their belly, you got people that aren't with the ways of America. You know what I'm saying? They look at them like, oh, they're Republicans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just both fans going against each other. You know, both sides. On
on that thing you said about them not giving a shit about their, you know, the police and the politicians and the presidents and all that. This is 2 Ezra 15, chapter 15, verse 16. All right, in the Apocrypha, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men."
What is sedition? It's the fighting, going back against one another. Okay. That's sedition. I'm gonna get the word sedition right here. Sedition is a conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch.
Yep.
You got it.
Insurrectionists. Yeah, exactly.
Insurrection, the fighting.
It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Right.
Oh, so
No, go ahead.
we're gonna have a lawless society.
Yep. And what they call that anarchy.
Like purge and shit.
Yeah. They put that stuff in the movies, man, for a reason, man.
Yep.
That purge is gonna be more than one day.
I don't know.
As I said, it's gonna be different levels.
Yep.
Like you're gonna have one part of America you're gonna have like a purge. Then other parts you're gonna have like Edomites living deliciously, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all gonna come down, you know.
But people gonna be going back and forth, you know, invading one another.
Right.
You know?
But you got the Apocrypha.
You up here in the Apocrypha.
That's why I got it out over there.
You got that scripture you got?
This is a good right there. Oh, I was just get to the main because he mentioned the politics. People not gonna care about their politicians and nothing like that. You know, I just you know, I know. Yeah, the whole 15 chapter is good.
Go ahead.
This is this is Revelation 2 and 9. It says, "I know thy works, and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, or the synagogue of Satan."
Oh, you can break it down.
You know, they're, you know, first of all, rich. You know, they come in thick claim, you know, running this society. Once that time is up, that dollar crashes. That's when they start implementing, you know, martial law.
And it's rightfully so why people are going to be pissed off, man. You know? You taking away people's livelihood.
Right.
You know?
They can come in your house right now even. You know, they can take your house and turn it into a CVS, eminent domain. So if they can do that, they already got executive orders. Well, they can take your food, your drinks, weapons, any of that out of your house. What the hell are you going to do about it? You're going to sit there and say, well, I got rights. They have the right to drag you outside of that house and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, there's a saying called, I believe it's habeas corpus. You know, and then you got something called the right to a speedy trial and all that stuff. See, nowadays, if somebody get locked up, you probably have a whole year before you hear about, you know, your charges and all that stuff.
That was a while ago too. Ain't nothing new.
But it's supposed to be quick. When you get locked up, it's supposed to be quick. You know what I'm saying? You did this, you know, and that's what's going to happen. There's going to be anybody who's not down with it. If you go against them, you're going to be put to death. You know what I'm saying?
As far as the court, I know about that.
Yeah.
It's talking about when you get charged with a felony, you can have a right to a trial, but see the district attorneys can come up, the DA, they can come up and say, we don't have enough evidence, Your Honor, we need to postpone it. And they'll postpone it for 3 months. They'll come back, they'll postpone it. And in the next trial, it might be a year and a half before you go to court.
Yeah. Right.
And your ass was innocent.
Right.
And they'll say time served.
Right.
You paid all that bail, and you know, and it costs you per day to keep you in jail. Yeah. So they just keep you in there for the cheap labor. And then they'll say time served, but if you're innocent, are they supposed to give you the money back?
Right.
For the time they use you, your job, they supposed to call your job back. It was a bad deal. You know, y'all gotta pay him back for the last year he missed work, and you gotta hire him again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Devil ain't gonna do that though.
They rarely, sometimes they'll award somebody like $1 million. That ain't.
Yeah, that's if you've been in jail like 10, 15 years. But if I'm gonna tell you a little secret. If you want to beat a small charge, say it's a bullshit charge, go file for a jury trial. And then they will throw it out of district court. They will close it. You got to go to circuit court. Then you go to circuit court and ask for jury trial, then postpone it. After you postpone it, it's costing the state too much money. So then they just throw the shit out. That happened to me about 4 times. They couldn't hold me on shit. You know the smartest motherfuckers? The one that's locked up. I was locked up. I was sitting there listening to them. That knew the law. They know it better than the damn lawyers.
I don't think that what we're doing is on some circuit, lower level type of stuff, man. This is some federal stuff that we talk about here, man. You know, that's why it's going to be the death of the punishment is death. You know.
Yeah, it's going to be. You know, you got the district, and you got the circuit, and then you got the supreme.
Right.
It's going to go beyond that because you got what you were talking about is the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act,
like treason,
where they could treason. They could deem any American citizen if it's a threat to American soil. They could lock you up indefinitely.
Right.
And guess who helped pass that? Barack Obama.
Right.
What?
I think before him it was Clinton or something like that. With the shit with the 9/11.
Everybody love Obama, man. Every black person in America.
man.
Barack Obama ran up more debt than any American president in history. No joke.
He was the one that passed all that alphabet stuff.
Yes. The college and career ready teacher that I got. Man, he loved Barack Obama.
They all
I
do.
love that Barack Obama.
They probably really do. Probably licking his tongue. Because they're the glorified, remember, what's her name? Angela, what was her name? They came out with that song talking about love and Will and Jada and all that shit and Michael. She went to Africa and all that shit. I forgot, Alicia Keys.
Oh, Alicia Keys.
And then she sung that song about the ring and all that, the love and all that. Yeah, what happened to Will and Jada? Come to find out, Jada was getting it on with Iggy. And Iggy was a flame. And Will was a flame. She was probably having her way. She's like the Milky Way.
I got this right there.
Go ahead.
The term habeas corpus, right? Which they're gonna suspend this to a certain degree, man. It says a writ requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court, especially to secure the person's release, unless lawful grounds are shown for their detention.
And you can write your own writ. I wrote my own before. Or you get your lawyer to do it. It's called a writ. You write your own. That, you know, when you deal with the law, you're dealing with black. When you deal with medicines, you deal with black. You see those if you get medicine and they have crazy names on there, that's because it's black. Even the back of something like this, all the ingredients in this. Yeah. Like this right here, I don't even know what the hell that is. Yeah, that all comes back from the FDA and all that stuff. You know, when you deal with the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, you know.
But yeah, but that goes into the constitutional rights. Yeah. You know, those constitutional rights are going to be suspended. You know, going martial law is going to be suspended.
They go against them. They violate them.
Yeah. Yep. In the time of martial law, that's why they put those executive orders, you know, they write them into the law that, you know, we can do whatever the fuck we want to, you know, when it's all said and done. And these devils, you know, allowing them to do that. That's why, Revelation 12:12, the devil comes down onto you having great wrath, knowing that he have a short time, you know. You had another scripture, right?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it.
Yep. This is Psalms 37:9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. So we wait on the Lord, you know, all of us, Lord willing, we are the elect, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're going to inherit the earth. All these other guys, these freedom fighters and all that, talking about doing something. We don't have to do nothing but preach the word. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's our job. You know?
Yes, sir.
I got something. This is Psalms 125 and 3. It says, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. Right? So what that means, right, is that when this hell that these devils are about to bring, like I said, they don't value, and it shows you that in their book, the Talmud, you know, but they don't value us. They don't care about they don't care. Yeah, we can't even say that word. We can't even say certain words, man. You know, but they don't look at us like we're people. They say we're cattle. You know, but when they bring this hell on us, right? They say that the rod of the wicked, right, is not going to rest upon the lot of the righteous, right? The Lord ain't going to allow. It's going to be for a period of time, but it's not like, you know, somebody got that foot on your back and they keep it in there for a long ass period of time. You get what I'm saying? It says, lest the righteous put forth their hands, right? Going to go get, you know, the sheep onto iniquity. You know what I'm saying? So when that help comes, it's going to be quick, you know. But however long it takes, it's going to be whatever however the Lord, you know, deems it to be. You got scripture? Can you get Job 20 and 20? You got one? Go ahead.
This is
20 and 20.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 24. I'll start at 36. It says, but of the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right. We don't know how long it's going to take, you know, for Yahweh Shah to come. But for 1,000, 1,000,000% guaranteed that the Lord is definitely going to come back.
That's right.
You know, without that should be no doubt in your mind that the Lord is going to come back. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Should be no doubt, no matter how. In fact,
come on.
When these things go on, you see these signs coming to pass. That should confirm you in your spirit.
Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir.
These things was already prophesied. Yes, sir. Not the oneness of God, like how this guy said.
Yeah.
That, you know, we prophesying that we're gonna go through hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord said those things to confirm us to be more spiritual.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Not to confirm that the Lord, you know, recite what was already written. You know, we're prophesying the downfall of this place. Go ahead.
Right. We also not going to be them jakes, you know, that said the Lord took too long.
Right.
Whoa.
The Lord ain't going to take too long, and however long it takes, you got to wait.
Right.
It's a process of time.
We're on
right.
the Lord's time.
We're on the Lord's time. Time. You can't get back time. Once time goes forward, you can't go back. You just gotta keep on pressing forward. You get what I'm saying? You can't stop time. You can't go back in time or any of that thing. Time just keeps on going.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go with the time. The scriptures say that in Ecclesiastes. The times it's a time to get and a time to lose.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have a time to lose when we in the kingdom. More than enough. Right now we got time to get. We got to, you know, try to get the prophets, the elect.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But we gonna have nothing but time in the kingdom, man. Especially the fact you ain't gonna have to work, you know, catch all, you know.
Right.
But the thing is that right now we gotta get to it.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yep.
We gotta get patience. We gotta get the endurance. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we gotta keep on going.
Facts.
Whatever time we in, it's gonna be a serious time.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we gotta continue to wait until that time is up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, but as the day of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man.
How long was Noah prophesying for?
100+ years.
Oh, hut.
You were saying that it was going to rain? Right? What? How long Apostle Tahar been prophesying?
Oh,
30
40 plus
30
years.
plus years. 30 plus years.
Tell.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell.
Yeah, waiting, desiring for the Lord to come back, right?
And before that, their apostle pops
Right.
was, prophets.
Come on.
Well,
You better talk
the
to
time when the Lord was
You better say something.
when the Lord was on the scene, you had those men that thought it was during that time. So we are in a special time for us to be in this knowledge and to see the things that those men were diligently searching for, man, and hoping and praying for, that they would be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? We're in a special time.
Let's go.
Chariot sight.
Paul who saw the vision of World War. Paul, I'm trying to think. He had the vision of the war that was going on. He saw he was World War I.
No.
That was
John. Okay, I was sure it was Paul or John. Okay,
Yeah,
Paul
that was
John.
in Revelation.
Yeah, that didn't happen in his time.
Yeah, that ain't happened in this time. But a lot of those men, you had Ezra.
Yeah.
You were saying, "Woe is me, whoso delivered me in those days."
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So we're in a special time to be, Lord willing, we are those men to see the deliverance. You know, that all these men that in the Bible was hoping and praying for, and these men that we reading in the Bible are special men.
Yeah.
You better know it.
That the Lord was dealing
You better
with.
know it.
You know what I'm saying? They was more closer to you would think that they would be the ones who, you had men that was actually delivered.
Yeah.
Elijah was delivered,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So how much, more us, that's what we hoping and praying for. That's why we out here, man. So no matter how long it takes for us to endure, when that shit actually hit the fan and we gotta go through it, however long it takes for us to wait for the Lord to actually return, that's how we gotta do it, man. These people ain't waiting for nothing, man.
That's
They're
right.
not waiting for the Lord to return.
When they saw the visions, they were nervous.
Right.
That one of them, one of the prophets got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he saw what was that, he said. Then another prophet said, the Heavenly Father was so mad. The Heavenly Father and His Son was so mad. He said, "What did you do to the tree? The trees?
Man, did you lock me out? You set me up, man." Like, no, man. Don't they show you that in movies?
Yes.
I didn't do that. No.
Yes.
They do that all the time in movies, man. But the Lord can do that to where you get escaped, but that person that's right along with you supposed to get that judgment, man.
Yes.
So when the time of Noah's was going into the ark, it started raining, thundering, lightning, heavy rain, and people was scared.
Said the floodgates of heaven opened, and water, I believe, from the very deep. So water probably most likely was coming out, the ground, and heavy rain,
The Lord ain't nothing to be played with, man.
Not at all.
You got another scripture?
One bit.
You go.
Go ahead on that.
I got a scripture after Job also. This is Job 20 and 20. All right. Surely he shall not feel quiet in his belt. He shall not
Right,
save.
because you're going to have those seditions that the brother read earlier, the Apocrypha. The seditions, you're going to have wars here on the soils of America. Civil war is going to be here. Civilians are going to be going fighting against each other. They're going to be fighting against the government. That they're not going to win. No, you're going to have race wars. You're going to have some of our people fighting against because it's the time of Jacob's trouble. You know?
Yeah, it's really gonna be like class wars. You're gonna have some white people fight with black people.
Right.
Right.
You're gonna have some of our people that's gonna get some type of revenge here.
You know what I was thinking too? These neighborhoods like you got suburban neighborhood.
Right.
Through the spirit, they gonna shut that off. You know? And you gonna have Jake trying to get in that neighborhood. Some Jake gonna get in, but all these gun carrying Edomites, they gonna be shooting at the Jakes.
Right.
Oh, game bangers too,
yeah.
Neighborhood. Yeah, it's still gonna be like a form of race wars too.
Yeah.
Them Edos, they and those woods shooting and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That the police don't even go to.
Them rednecks.
Yeah, they teaching their children how to shoot.
Right.
Yeah, them little 5-year-olds gonna be blowing Jake away, man.
Yeah, you gonna have some. There's gonna be casualties on both sides. You get what I'm saying? But this is not the place for our revenge. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're not gonna be fighting on this side. You know? The Lord may use somebody, he can use anybody to put somebody to death. You don't know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But the ultimate form of, us being used as a battle axe, for the Lord comes when Yahweh Shah comes. When the scriptures say that the saints are going to take the kingdom. That's why the Lord said that if this was my kingdom, my servants would fight.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's what
you gotta say it.
When they came to try to grab up
say it to
Peter.
they was ready to fight.
Yeah.
Peter
had to been nice.
When they came up to grab Yahweh Shah and Peter,
chopped off his head.
chopped up. They was ready to go at it, man.
Just think about it. He was nice with it. It takes precision to chop off an ear. An ear? That's how close that is to your face. Just cut it off like that.
Right. Surgical with that.
Yeah, that's surgical. That's how you know he was David.
I'm surgical with this kid.
Yahweh Shah, that also represent the healing. Now, he put the ear back.
Yeah, he put the ear right back on.
So no matter what you do to him, the Lord gonna come with healing.
Right.
No matter what they do to us, we're gonna get healed, man. You can cut us with the sword, you can kill us. The edge of the sword, what the Bible says.
Oh yeah.
That's the point.
Oh yeah.
The edge of the sword. The edge of, like a gun, when it fires the projectile, that's like the edge of a sword.
When Yahweh Shah, when that happened, and he told Peter, you think I can't call down 12 legions of angels?
Right.
I think a legion is like 70,000.
Legion is about
All you need is one angel.
One angel. He said 12 legions of angels.
Yeah, one angel killed 185.
Right.
185,000.
So
Him speaking now.
if the Lord wanted to when the Lord comes back to with that glory with the angels, man, they're gonna be tearing this place up.
Yes, sir.
Every day.
And they're gonna have fun with that.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna enjoy taking this place up.
They don't work nowhere.
Let's bring it out.
Bring it out.
Yes, sir. Let's bring it out. Love it. Love it.
Bring it out.
This is Job.
Let's go.
This is Job 20.
Let's go. Let's go.
It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Right.
He shall not save of that which he desired.
Right, because they think that these buildings are going to be still, that they're going to still they got a real new world order, man. That they took down the they took down the God stones.
Let's go.
But we already knew the plan. It's the Lord's plan at the end of the day, right? All of this stuff is the Lord's plan at the end of the day. Yep. So we don't care about what plans they got.
Come on, prophet. Come on, prophet.
The Lord is really the one that's going to bring that new world order for
That's
real.
right.
Let's go. Let's go.
You got it, huh?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You got it.
Let's go.
Next verse.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It says,
Let's go.
No, I was letting you in the spirit. I let you go.
Let's go.
Yeah, he got me in the spirit now.
I had a brother in the spirit.
Let's go.
That's right.
Let's go.
it says,
Let's go.
there shall none
He
of
just
the
spoke.
be left.
He just spoke.
It ain't going to be none of that. The scriptures talk about the dainties and stuff like that. There ain't going to be none of that enchantments. Calm down so we can restore our peace.
Yeah.
What the scriptures say? When they shall say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them.
Right.
So it ain't gonna be no peace out here, man, when it's all said and done. As much as they said we done restored peace, you know, we done brought, you know, order back to the place. You know, let's get things back together. Let's all come back together as a people. It ain't gonna be no more of that, man. You know, because the scriptures say that our people are like a lion. You know, but the Lord is gonna put that spirit of a lion. You better know it into our people. You better know it to not give a fuck about these devils or this
That's gonna be
country.
2/3 of our people.
Yep.
Hey, they're here for a reason.
They're not gonna be negotiating with Esau, man. You see these little niggas out here? You can't even talk to them niggas.
They don't care about each other.
They don't care about each other. You can't even say hi to them niggas, man. You better know it.
Now you gotta say, what's going on? I got that sack.
I got that sack.
You can't say, hey, how you doing?
Hey, that's right, though. That's right.
Yeah, what is that?
It was good with it.
Hey, man, I just listened to Big Moochie drink.
Big Moochie drink.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta be playing some key glock.
Some key glock.
You gotta be the gun plug, you know, selling weapons.
Oh, man.
You gotta have fun. I saw this video. This dude pulled out 10 goddamn guns out of his dip.
I see it. Yeah.
Like this, nigga, you got 20 guns and one bullet gonna kill you with all your guns.
I mean, you got niggas already calling themselves octo niggas because they carry 8 guns.
Yeah, you got on that. You can't catch me lagging type tip with these niggas.
And guys be sitting in a car on Facebook Live. Yeah, I'm at the corner of Pratt and such and such. Yeah, nigga, I'm counting them dollars. Them niggas like, what? Let's get on down there. Remember that shit when the niggas snatched this shit and shot him up? Dumbass nigga. And that all comes from
at the same time.
That all comes. Did you know statistics show that a fatherless home, right? That's where you get most of your criminals, right? Your deadbeats and everything that's wicked that come out of society is from the lack of fathers in homes. I'm talking about good fathers. That's where it comes from. Because what happens is these young men tend to look up to the figures that these people put up on BET.
And they know that.
So it's either LeBron James or the gun toter, drug dealer, right, or both. I can't make it. That nigga go to the hoop and start, making some bricks and say, fucking basketball for me, I'm going to the streets. Right? So then they become, like, think about it. When we was young, I didn't have my father there. I looked up to whatever I saw on television. That was manly to me. So any of you brothers who got men to look up to now, this is it. Because we're teaching the right thing. And as brothers that look up to y'all, as time go on, this is it. As we look up to our teachers, this is how you get there. Because you imagine if every Jake, which ain't meant to happen, start following this book. Where would the gun violence be?
Well, that's how the gun is the sword. That's our sword right there. That's what we equip ourselves with.
That's what we fight with.
And if I can say, it just hit me as we was talking, right? And me and the bro was speaking. They took away that right to bear arms in certain places. You know, it was nothing for the men to walk around with a sword back then. You know, but you had certain cities, certain states that say, you know what, we're gonna take away your right to have a weapon or a gun and stuff like that. And if you do have a gun, 5 years mandatory, 1 year for every bullet.
But you know, do you think we was the one making those damn guns? No. A nigga can't make a bowl of cereal. You know what I'm saying? Tell a nigga to make a spaghetti dinner and see what happens.
Some noodles.
He gonna go to King Young.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. And then after all this damage is done, right? You done took all the guns away. Now you can imagine if they allowed us to wear guns in Baltimore now, how fucked up people would be. They'd
be like, give me a reason.
Yeah, they'd be ready to blast the nigga for no goddamn reason. Rob, you right in there. Got it.
2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's why what the scriptures say, you see a multitude of niggas right there, even one nigga, don't even walk by, don't even say nothing to that nigga, man. You know? You can't even speak to these niggas.
Yeah, so, get that, Proverbs 4:14.
So when Esau comes with this wrath, right? They're not gonna be able to speak to them niggas either. Them niggas are savages, man. Ready to die for nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Right.
21 savages.
Them elites, too, they'll lose a lot of money, too. You know, all Jakes decided to follow the scriptures. They go a lot of places will go out of business overnight.
Oh, if we stop eating the pork and the crabs,
oh man,
they'll go out of business.
We're the mass consumers. Do you know that so-called black people are the biggest mass consumers? Judites are the biggest mass consumers on the planet. That's what keeps America going through us, right? Yeah. When you go to Mondawmin Mall, is the greatest mass consumption of malls in America. And you know who's in there? Black women.
It's a small mall.
It's a small mall. But everybody comes in there. Like if we stop, like if every so-called Israelite, so-called black person Israelite said the hell with Christmas, the stocks would go down, man.
Yep.
They had trouble, they couldn't sell it. I remember that with that pig, they made sure it got to our television. So the pig, the pork, the other white meat or some shit.
Yeah.
And science proves that it's not good to eat pork. Pork has an 8-hour digestion window, it's to hours 24. It's meant to be that way, so it can consume things much faster. Right? That's why it digests fast, so it can eat and consume, right? Faster. The reason why the Bible said with the splitted hoofs, like in Leviticus 11, the law, there's a reason why it says that. There's certain birds you can't eat, because there's certain birds who eat dung. Right? Scavengers. You're not supposed to eat what, you know how they say you are what you eat? You shouldn't eat a pig because, like a dog, you shouldn't eat a dog because the dog can eat your flesh. But if there's an animal that doesn't eat your flesh, more likely it's or dung, it's a clean animal as long as I believe it's the hoofs, the split hoofs.
Yeah.
And they chew up the cud.
Yeah.
That's in Leviticus 11. Like a horse doesn't have the split hoof, right?
A horse?
Yeah, a horse.
No.
Right, so you can't eat it, although it does chew the cud.
Chew the cud,
right? Because, what'd you say?
A giraffe is eatable, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
There's certain insects you can eat. There's certain insects
I remember
you
the elder saying we can eat a giraffe. I was like,
like roaches, anything that crawls on its belly, you can't eat. Like insects like roaches, they crawl on their belly, but insects with the hind upper legs that don't crawl on the belly, like grasshoppers, praying mantis and all them, you can eat them.
John was eating them.
I ain't told us.
I don't know about praying mantises though.
I don't know if praying mantis. I don't know. As long as they're not, their belly is not crawling.
Right.
And their hind legs, it tells you in the law. Right? The praying mantis got the long legs that sit up. So I don't know.
He was eating locusts, right?
Yeah. And see, praying mantis was another name that was given to that insect. I don't think that was the original name of it anyway. Certain, like they got different kind of locusts that's called different things. You know, you got the 18-year locust, 20 years, come out the ground. You can eat them. All you gotta do is look at the legs. But anything that crawls on this, like a bat, you know, you ain't supposed to eat them. Like there's certain doves, birds you can eat.
Pigeons you can eat, right?
Like, pigeons.
Yeah, a pigeon is a dove.
There's certain doves you can eat. And that's what you would do. You would go to the law. And the Most High gave us, like when you buy a TV, right? and it's a 50-inch TV, it come with a package. Half the Negroes don't read that, nor do I. I just look at that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I'll read that shit. We figure it out. When you buy a car, right, it comes with a owner's manual, and it tells you how to operate it. Well, the earth was given to the Israelites with the owner's manual, and this is it. So how the world operates. You know?
He got a Tyrone shit. Oh yeah, they probably sell pictures.
Let's go get some pictures.
God damn, brother, I ain't they talk about black owned. Damn.
Tyrone's chicken. That little ass chicken wings. They must have got it from pigeons. Go ahead. You got it? Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked.
Yeah, I had to tell his brother that, man. Don't go into the path of the wicked. He said, brother said he came out. You can tell the story, brother.
Oh, yeah. I'm riding up, going to the store. You know, a whole bunch of Jake standing around, right? You know, Jake, just wild Jake, you know, selling weed, all that. I get out the car, I walk like maybe about 3 steps. Jake pulled up. Every Jake that got out the car started banging. Even the one that was dropped, they was banging toward the crowd, you know. And I was in the path of that, you know, I was walking towards the store, you know, where they were shooting, ducking bullets and all that. You know, I got them out of there. But okay, if I would have walked, you know, maybe about a couple seconds prior to that, I probably could have got caught in the crossfire. You know?
But not even that, because I used to do the same thing in my city in Chicago, man. Because I knew a lot of people and stuff, but even when you walk past them, they try to check your pockets and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah,
and
Chicago ain't no joke either.
Yeah, you know.
So, triggers on them guns, too.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll find that, I know that they used to have this thing, Chicago's the worst. Statistically, Baltimore got a lot of murders.
Yeah, they was a
Really
murder capital at a
matter
point.
because it's all over.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a hood every goddamn
Right.
This is my set.
Right.
You know? Niggas be bragging about how many niggas have died in their hood and shit. Yeah, we got we had 400 murders this year. And then niggas bragging about that shit.
Right.
Like, that's not good.
Like that's good, right? Damn fool.
Or I'm from here. I'm from New York. I'm from Philly. I'm from
Don't
here.
matter.
I'm from there. This is Babylon, the city of confusion. Right. This whole place is a city of confusion. Now these people settled up in New York. That's why they got the stock exchange and all that. So that's why a lot of things have rolled out of you call the tri-state area. Right? They set up there. I believe they said because of less mosquitoes and all that. Okay. And that's why when you hear like the music come from New York and all that, that's because these people, like if they set up here, this is where it would all come out of as well. Because when they found out that they could make music and all that, everybody went to them to make those records, everybody who had talent, right? So that's just the separation. But for the most part, all of Babylon is wicked. In fact, you go to LA, they set up Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, Hollywood.
That's where all your entertainment comes from.
Yep, that's what we do.
So from the East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between, it's screwed the hell up.
Yeah.
Hey man, are you a black man? Are you black? Black? She said no. He said yeah, but she said no. The East Indians looking bad.
No, they heathen, man.
Yeah.
Heathens.
I'm surprised.
What is it? No, they fucking heathens, man.
Walk over there and hit first. She over there hitting them. They got guns.
Yeah, I know. You know they got guns.
You came back and
She over there hitting him and stuff, hitting her hand like
that
grabbing
man
him
today
up.
calling him a black man.
You ain't black.
He said no.
No, he said yes.
He said yes.
She said no.
He said no, he ain't black. Yeah, because she probably had real black before. Nah, he ain't black.
You crazy, bro.
You know she probably had black already.
You could have beat. You understand? You're witty. You're quick.
I didn't know what he said.
He has picked up lines. He's very when he picked up
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
But you notice
That's
that?
what I say.
He
He's
just
crazy,
run with it
man.
like, where
I don't know, man. I've been doing that all my life.
He's short.
I be trying, man. How did you do that?
I've been doing that shit all my life, man. That come with experience. I was in last class. Teacher sitting there, and I just went on. The teacher just got quiet, just talking. Just let him go. But for the most part, I was quiet, though.
Oh, okay.
I was quiet. I ain't much. I just love I love the truth. I think we all do.
Yes,
I mean, everybody has a voice. I get off of power, man. That's where it all comes from. I'm a heathen. I'm gonna have me a whole slew of them motherfuckers.
You gonna say black? You say yeah? No.
Nah, he ain't half black. He ain't black. He said the nigga I had 2 months ago. Well, they would never say Negro. I had one called me the N-word. Hey, you remember that show, that one right there with them shoes in the house? What's that show?
Oh, man. You flooded, man.
You remember the show? The man was a mass murderer. It was Dexter.
Oh, Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter the serial killer.
He did use to dress like
That ain't look like Dexter.
sweater and shit.
That's Dexter. Ain't Dexter. Dexter the serial killer. You ain't seen with them high waters and them shit?
Them round up them style markers.
Yeah, them markers.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, brother. And you know they heathens when they got their hands in their pockets, their feet back here, but their head all the way up here.
Got that damn walk. That stiff ass walk.
And they hunched over and shit. That's a heathen, man.
That super stiff walk. Like some damn 3D, like some 3D animation. you know how you like animate stuff. For somebody to walk, you have to put the feet forward, and then you have to drag the rest of the body with you to make it go in sync.
3-dimensional. Go ahead.
Yeah, this
we start kind of getting stupid at the end of the can.
Yeah, in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 14, it says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it.
I remember in Chicago there was they had grabbed up a white man or something like that, and they had killed him or something like that. They kidnapped him.
Oh, yeah.
They kidnapped him and stuff.
White, slow or something like that.
Huh? I think so. They had kidnapped him or whatever.
I want to say that was right.
Yeah. But no, those wicked men, man. Ain't gonna be no going through the hood. They probably gonna be going out here. Edomites gonna be searching for niggas. Niggas is gonna be searching for Edomites.
Exactly.
You know?
Where them niggers at?
Go ahead, keep reading.
Yep. Verse 15. Let's see, verse 15 says, avoid it, pass not by it.
Yeah, the walking to what the brother was giving his account of how he was going in the store, and the niggas just start shooting. But the Lord protect you know.
Sir.
Was it the song?
Yes,
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yes, I saw that one there.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah.
That's this place. And I don't give a damn what city you in.
Let's go.
This is all the look. You got men come out the military and come to the hood and get shot up and die just going into the store.
Yep. Hey, you ain't
die by no war. Yeah, he didn't escape Iran. He didn't escape those goddamn them grenades and those landmines. And then he come here and
get
he's
killed.
sitting in the car and a bullet hit him in the head.
Man, that's crazy.
You know, you can't escape the judgment of the Lord, man.
Wow, that's the bottom.
A lot of people think they escape, but you don't escape. He probably went in the military just to kill some people that the Lord wanted them killed, and then came back just to be killed. That happened to Abimelech, right? When he went in and started killing and shit, and then a woman dropped something over and hit his ass in the head. And then he said, I want to die by the hand of a woman. I agree with that, though. You was this witty king leader and all that, and then a woman kicked and killed your ass.
You ain't want to be on his name and shit.
No, man. Put it through my heart. And the Lord allowed him to die an honorable death.
Yes.
Because to die by the hands of a woman. Now go ahead.
And also, saying what you said.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, when he got the last little bit of strength. He killed all the men.
Yes.
That he killed. What he say?
That was in that Coliseum.
Yeah, he killed more people than he killed the whole time of his whole life.
Tore down that entire stronghold. You know, by the pillars. He was on the pillars. Joseph beat that Coliseum had to be massive.
Oh, it was.
Right.
Had to be massive.
Right, he killed more than ever before.
But look at it, because everybody think the big bodybuilders and all that. This dude was so big and strong. Well, I used to be, but the dude's so big and strong that those women broke his ass down a couple of times. The Philistine woman, and when he looked at and saw that Philistine, not her. It was the one before that. There's a couple of them. The one before that, he going to the sun. I know. I didn't know about that. You feel like the ark.
You heard his voice.
Like, God damn, I'm the only
brothers too,
I just moved the camera on that.
I was just about to think that. I was thinking that though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
God damn, like it's on the fucking eclipse happened or something. Like, what the? It was just warm.
Yeah, it was.
Now it feel like 10 degrees. We got the hockey energy though.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Let's go.
It ain't over.
Let it go. They done migrated over here.
Yeah, migrated.
Got the attention, Jerry.
Trying to get to the east.
I'm trying to get to the east.
That's a good one. Where the light shining from the east.
What's that song on Walking Into the Sunshine?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
God damn, that was spiritual.
Yeah, that was hard.
You know what? Yeah.
That was hard.
Step into the light.
A whole slew of concubines. That was a little heavy today. Oh, that is a heat.
You're talking about the black face?
Yeah. Okay. Black. Like a frying pan.
Cartoon.
Yeah, you like a cartoon, and then you see the man that got the nose print and shit in it.
Oh, that is true.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 15, it says, avoid it. Yeah. It says, avoid it, pass not by it.
Right.
Turn from it and pass away.
Yeah, so the scripture says, turn away from the wickedness, the evilness. You see somebody, if you see a group of Negroes that is up to no good, you know, like the movie Leprechaun, Up to No Good, Leper in the Hood. You see a bunch of little leprechauns.
The Lord got some of those niggas set up for death. And Isaiah 3, the last verse, it says that men shall fall by the sword in the time of the war. And then it says that that her gates shall lament, being desolate. And then right after Isaiah 3, the last verse, what's right after that? Isaiah 4:1. So the woman, a lot of these niggas gonna be put to death out here. The Lord made a man more precious than fine gold.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gonna start winning. They're gonna go to the men.
Yep, but Nathaniel of IUIC said that's only going to happen when the kingdom comes. But it said 7 women. It ain't going to be just 7 women and 1 man in the kingdom of heaven. 7 does mean completion. But it doesn't mean the 7 women. We only going to have 7 women. But right now, you can only have 1 wife. Where's that? Yeah, I did the video on there. Where's that?
Look at the times that we in now, man. These women, they can't find no men. A lot of these women on fucking online dating, trying to.
That's where it is.
You remember that video I sent? They was at this little
this little
together. Yeah.
And
Wasn't no men in there.
It was hella single women.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Wasn't no men in there.
Hey, where this pub at?
In the kingdom, everything will be in order. So if you look at that verse, it said, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, saying, we will eat our own food and buy our own apparel.
Yeah, because you ain't going to need to do that.
You ain't going to need to do that in the kingdom. Because everything will be in order.
So that's something. So that's Nate with that 501c3 keeping that Christian doctrine. Because according to that, they're not allowed to teach anything like that. Well, they could, but that's just keeping that Christianity. And it's because he wants to control the narrative. So all the women coming to the church, and he said the bishop must be blameless. When you go into the history of that, the husband of 1 wife, that was talking about the wife. When the bishop, when they was following Roman Greek doctrine. When a bishop had a wife who died, they told the bishop they couldn't marry again. That's why they said had to be a husband of 1 wife. But then Paul goes on to say, if she shall die, they should be able to remarry again. Because those women had, they would have 8 and 10 husbands. So to be blameless, you wouldn't marry into these other women because they could have already been married to 10 men. So that's like a bishop that took head of office, someone would have 5 wives. So if they took head of the office and you could only have 1 wife, what you gonna do, cut off the other 4? You couldn't do that. That's against the law. There was no law saying, what law came into effect that said you only want to have 1 wife? That's not in the scriptures.
If anything, that's a man trimming his ways, man. Trying to seek love.
If a man wants 1 wife, that's fine.
We don't want. First off, that's for controlling us women. Because the women get the money too. You know.
I was watching some research for the same nothing. They're saying back in ancient days, every woman have their own place to go. You got their own place.
Yeah.
It's annoying to be with just 1 person.
Of course.
That will cause you to die quicker. Being with just one woman.
Yep. Yeah, the whole Isaac had Rebecca. Now you could have 1 wife. In this society, if you get a good wife that's there for you, it's still kind of a blessing. Let alone trying to get 3 of them. That's nice.
They're not in that right mind.
Yeah, it's hard enough with 1. Try to get 4 or 5 of them. You be all day. I can't make it to camp. I got
these kids.
I got diarrhea.
My 7th trying to poison me and shit. My 7th wife need me to come in the house.
You be drunk and all fucked up. Man, a woman will destroy you. Solomon set that example, man.
Yes, he did.
Following them. So you can't, I wouldn't suggest any brother to have multiple wives now. I really wouldn't. If it works for you, and you Mac Daddy laying it down like that, yeah, maybe so if it worked, but understand another nigga laying it down too. And if you think you the greatest, see, it's all corner with women. You can think that you got it, you the Mac Daddy, but guess what? She might be remembering the Jake 4 years ago.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Remember that Ray Parker Jr. song?
Yeah.
She needs love just like you.
Yeah, Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah,
he did the Ghostbusters stuff too. Freak on the call.
That damn freak.
Yeah.
The Lord got to get those minds right, man. Their mind too fucking stuck up Esau's ass right now, man. You know?
First,
Esau got him right now. That's them.
Yeah, first off, we got to get our mind right.
Right.
You know? Right. And that's what we're doing. We're getting our mind right.
Sir.
That's why when he said, oh, what you said? Yep. You know that bishop for when you go for that, when you talk about the bishop being blameless, I did all the research on it. That didn't have anything to do with concubinage. Some of them still had concubines. But what they was doing is these men was taking wives and making them concubines and then kicking them off. And then some of them would lay there with this man, you know, because in Greco Rome, they had orgies and shit going on. So they came into church with that shit. So when Paul went to Corinth, that's why he said let your woman keep silent in the churches. Like in Titus when it talks about the woman teaching a young woman, and she had multiple men, she couldn't do it. She couldn't hold that office to teach young women. And that's what Bishop Nathaniel trying to do. He's trying to take that and make it out of the Church of Corinth, man. When all the women up there is deceptive, man. You ain't gonna change that. These people too far gone. Why do you think Paul went through all that? And what Paul had to do, he had to run. He had to leave. He was going through all kinds of shit. They were trying to kill his ass, man. What'd you say, brother?
That maybe really goes for now, because imagine now with these women.
Exactly.
They're more worse than ever.
And it won't worse than ever. So Paul said in Romans 15, everything are written aforetime as far as learning today.
That's right.
Right? So why is this man in the church trying to match make and get women together? First of all, he don't care about the law. Right. I mean, he cares all about the law, but part of the law and part of the tradition was men having more than one wife.
Right.
But you're all about the law.
Right.
You want to set up the law, you want to match make and get all wives with different men, but you tell them they can't have different wives because you read something that Paul said. Right?
Yeah.
What Paul was saying was going into the church because of the confusion. But if your church is in order, you don't need to do that.
That's right.
That was only because the church was out of order. They was Roman. First of all, he was using guile because they was following Roman Greek customs.
Right.
But once they all fully convert, you wouldn't have to say all that. You wouldn't have to say let your woman keep silence. You wouldn't have to say let a bishop be blameless and have one wife. You wouldn't have to say that because they would already know. But he was setting the church in order. So to set the church in order, you got to go with really strict laws to put everything back.
Makes sense.
But these guys don't read anything like that. All they do is read from what the layer says, man.
Yep, they don't go deep.
They don't go deep.
They don't go deep like Great Millstone.
Yeah,
man.
let's go deep, baby.
They don't even go into now they stopping a little bit, but they don't really go into words like that.
They do now because what Apostle Tahar, man.
Right.
Yes.
Start going in the blue letter.
Yes.
That's how I learned. He said you guys are lazy. You don't look up words. You don't go in anything. You can't beat out the sun now. You can't find it.
Everybody went back over there.
We here, baby. We here.
Hey, brother, I don't really get cold, really.
We here, baby.
I get hype. This makes you hype when you get hype.
We here, baby. We here.
Spirit.
But yeah, that the woman, the Lord can put the spirit on them to be an adversary at any time. Like you
We see
always
the examples.
You always say that if you do get a woman, the only reason why she don't got the spirit of Satan on her is because the Lord having mercy on you.
I believe the spirit.
He can just switch it at any period of
Right.
time.
Yes, sir.
I believe this. I think the spirit of Satan on all women.
Man.
But I think Satan is like the demon. Like I'm just waiting to get in that motherfucker real quick. Go ahead, fuck up so I can get in there. They wait.
Yes.
That's why you can have a woman to be super sweet, nice, and I see like, damn.
Bipolar nigga,
Yeah, that's a good point. The women are the weaker vessels, man.
You seen that with Saul. When you watch Saul, and David had to play the flute to get the demon off of him. Because the demon was always waiting. I want to get back into Saul. So David would play the flute to get the demon off. That was only temporary. You know? And these women are like entitled. These women are entitled now. They got the power, they got feminism.
Yeah.
That's demonic. That's a big demon to fight.
King Saul tried to pin King David against the wall. I said King Saul tried to pin King David against the wall when he was playing that flute. He was playing the music and he started thinking, he was like, man, I'm throwing this javelin at him.
That's me.
Hit the wall. My bad, though. Go ahead.
No, you good. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's crazy how y'all remember details. I read all.
Oh, yeah.
It just
Well, we read it over and over.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was figuring that. Y'all probably go back over.
That proves that spirit, music, certain music.
You can put vibes on it.
Yeah, put a vibe.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
I think we brought that up when we were reading that too. Like you said, how David had played the flute. It's the same thing with today. You know, the vibrations.
Yeah.
You know, and music, like art. What they say, art. It takes life, right? So part of art is music. This is why you got, you know, the women acting the way they're acting. Well, let me keep it in order. You got the men acting the way they're acting. You got the women acting the way they're acting. A part of it, a big part of it is the music. You know.
Vibration.
Yep. How everything is about money, like relationships. That's why I keep saying relationships aren't real. It's just about money, right? That's all it is. Like when a woman, when you marry a woman, it's all about the money. But when they leave, what do they take? You know?
Yeah, they don't need people on the planet.
That's all it is.
That marriage benefits them.
Yeah. You know, having children.
Man, you never get down on your knees, man. Like, you don't even have to get down on your knees, but once you submit, you might as well got down on your knees. Go to Home Depot, get them little metal knee pads, and just get down on them motherfuckers. Shit, right?
That boy submit started that.
Oh, man, that was sick. Oh, my goodness. That was the Simp song, man.
Oh, man, yeah.
And you get married, right? You get a house, you get a wife, you might even put a picket fence. Some niggas don't want all that. You do it because of the woman.
Right.
Be honest. I had my own place. I ain't had no damn near any curtains up, man. I was like, I ain't giving a shit.
Nobody married for love in the Bible like that. You know? Well, when Rebecca came to Isaac, he didn't know her. He went to the tent. He put in work.
Yeah, but then it said he loved her.
Yeah, he loved her.
Yeah.
You know, eventually, but it was always a business deal.
Yeah.
You know,
But you can love your woman.
Yeah, you can love your woman. I'm not trying to put that vibration out there.
But not the love that kind of love they got today.
Yeah.
That she could do what she want to do. Yeah. Loving her is correcting her, man, putting her on point. You
or
know?
what they call 60-day rule. You gotta be yourself to me.
I ain't never heard no
bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I ain't hitting a week, I'm out.
For real, man. You gotta test the waters.
I'm out of there, man. And then if they do make you wait, right? You really like her? Go have something else you hit. Right. I ain't even worried about it. It's all good. And then she gonna want you because she wondering why you ain't hitting it.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta act like you ain't pressed.
They would have had like a Lisa, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Before I do that, I'll be beating off.
What they do though? You gotta.
I'm serious, man.
Yeah, man.
You ain't gonna catch me like that, man.
You gotta be a man of sensitivity, you know?
Yeah, like I'm president. I ain't doing that, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't never begged no woman for nothing, man.
Oh, of course.
You know? Sweat on woman. Man, if I flip that thing out, she don't want it. That's what it is.
The elders, man.
You gotta be raw, man.
You
You gotta be raw.
That's you want to be masculine.
Hey, and let's be honest, man. Women are wild, man.
Yeah.
They all cuddle.
Yeah.
Like if Steph Curry came there right now and the woman knew it was Steph Curry, they gonna run after him. They ain't gonna say, he had to dime me. He had to do this. They gonna be like, I'll screw him in the back of the car because it was Steph Curry.
Or Drake.
That's right.
Or Drake. Y'all know it's true, man.
You know, those celebrities, they got a certain confidence with them.
Yeah.
They got
the money. They got power. Like if an NFL player, I play for the Ravens. You can even lie and say you play for the Ravens. You're getting something. I knew this guy, right? He really loved this woman. But his wife was she was a seamstress. She was making clothes for strippers and NFL players. So you know where that went. It wasn't no the stripper had to say, baby, you know, rub their hands, let them give me. She ripped his shit down.
Yeah, right.
Think about it. It's all bullshit. They like you because they like what they see. And then you have to be able to produce the other parts that come with it. All that carnal, they're all carnal, man. Y'all have to understand that.
Yeah.
It ain't no, if a woman, like a woman, if you go up to a woman and you a real nice looking dude with green eyes and you real nice, you can say, look, bitch, I want to take you home tonight.
They instantly going. I seen it happen.
Like, when? But you look like Buck. Baby, I want to take you home. Like, put this on him, man. Say, look, if it ain't all about status and this, go over there, get that homeless man over there, right?
Right.
Wherever he at, the homeless man, ain't gonna be with him. I guarantee they ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Why? Because he ain't got shit.
A part of being a man and being masculine is being confident. You know what I'm saying? You with this woman, like these women, you let them rule or lead. And you try to fail on her for the first time.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what the fuck am I with you for?
Right.
You know? No, I don't. I had that happen to me before.
Yeah.
She come in my room.
If she wants you, she gonna lay with you, man. That's it.
Come in my room with no panties on, expect me not.
Oh, man.
But you know what you do when it come to that? I'm old school. You act like you don't pay no mind. Oh, yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah, make
Next
a
thing she
want
gonna
you.
be like, what the hell?
Right.
That's why she doing it.
Right,
She playing you.
You know, Apostle, I told Apostle Ricard that, right? He was like, man, you know what, bro? I think she wanted you to take it. But
Nah.
Did it?
that's a crazy thing,
She
though.
probably do. Some of them
Some
do.
say
You
that.
take the chance.
Yeah, you take the chance, but then
You guys locked up.
They got the, yeah.
Well, you know what it is, right? If it's good, she ain't gonna mind. If it's bad, she gonna holler. He did this to me. I didn't want it.
But why would you go into somebody's room
But you banged it
with
good.
with no panties on? Like, bitch, fuck you think this is?
She did that shit on purpose. You couldn't act like you didn't even see it. Although in your mind, you're like, dang. You gotta play that shit off, man. It's all a game.
Man.
It's all a game with these women, man. But you,
It's a
be
game with
confident.
Jake,
Like,
too.
y'all try to, you know, what's up? You know?
Yeah, we already here now.
But that's these women. You can't let these women fucking play no game.
Hey, you know why Solomon got all those women? Because it's power.
He was king, and
He's
everybody
a
knew he was
king.
king.
And guess what? We're gonna be kings. And we're gonna get all the power. And all the power is with the money, and then the power, and then the women. You don't want to try to get women first. You want to get the money.
Money, power,
Remember
respect.
Scarface, the movie?
Yeah.
He said, the hell with the power. Yeah, he told Manny, we get the money, then we get the power. Right. You gotta take the money. Then you get the power. Right? Then you get the woman. You know?
Especially
That's how it goes.
Money, power, respect.
When the Most High set up the kingdom, that's why the women got something now that they call us dusties. Right? They call us dusties, they call us this, they call us that. Then Jake flying to lead other countries. Now they calling them names.
Right.
Yep. That's okay. Like you just said, that's all right. It's all good. But Ming don't think we're dusty. Ming like black.
BBC.
Like a wish ball.
Hey, but that time of those women being thirsty, that's gonna come, man. Yeah. They're gonna be thirsty over Jake, man.
Oh, just you know.
Hey, Mike Tyson, when he went over to China, they said women was lining up to lay with him, man. Fuck yeah, he was popping them left and right.
The fucking toys ain't gonna be fucking working. They fucking the batteries probably done ran out and shit.
Oh,
you know?
You forget about it, man.
Yeah,
That's nothing like the real thing, man, for women, man.
Yeah, because that's designed to desensitize you.
That's all
right.
And it screws up the uterus.
Yep.
And it's all designed for you not to procreate.
Damn.
And so,
Devil, man.
it is Jakes that allow their wives to sell that shit, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my wife sell that shit.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't selling that shit. You fucking up other people's lives. And she like drugs. And the woman, she the weaker vessel. So she get that sensation. And then when she go lay down with a man, it's like, what the hell you doing? I had a 7-Up bottle last week. You know what I'm saying?
See that thermos right there.
Yeah, they had the thermos. With the head on the top.
Oh man.
And then what happens, what you gotta do is you gotta tell a woman, look, like any drug, you gotta lay off of it. Like an addict, when he stops, he or she, when they stop, they'll come back, like at the recovery, they'll come back and try to get that bang again, because it'll be strong again.
Yeah, right.
So you women that got those problems with the toys, you gotta lay off it for a couple months. You know?
Other than that, y'all got Mariana Trenches inside.
Yeah.
That's part of the ocean.
But what's beautiful about what the Most High set up, if you repent, you're a woman and you repent, the beautiful thing about that is everything closes back up, everything goes back to normal. You know,
They be trying to do some exercises to
tighten it up.
Vinegar, water.
Vinegar.
Yeah.
Vinegar.
See, you wouldn't be complaining about size if you kept your shit shut.
Hello.
No matter what you go in there, it's gonna be all right. I heard this one of these young girls in I was going to Giant. It was like, I got to have this and I got to have that.
And it's all mental for the women anyway too, man. Orgasm and all that stuff. You know, like you know, they're carnal, but you know, when it comes down to that mind, you know, their mind is going to be into you at that time anyway. That's why they, you know, wear out, pearl, all that stuff, because it's going to come with personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but we ready to be submissive.
Yeah, but we right now, we just worried about
the elect.
We're going to elect them. Don't worry about the woman shit. Ain't worried. If you're up there to get one, man. You don't need 5 wives. That's just my advice. I can't say not to do it. Because that's going to be more trauma. Me personally, I like shit in order. And if I got one wife, she got to be in order, and the other one got to be in order. And the other one's got to be in order. If they ain't in order, my life ain't right. So I got to have order. You know, that's why the scripture says let a bishop be blameless and have one wife. Because now when you got a wife that had 10 husbands, you're gonna lose track. You're not gonna be on course, man. And we're not, I wouldn't call myself a bishop, but we all on the, you could call us bishops, whatever. But we all on the
If the Lord wants you to have a woman, he'll give you a woman. You know?
That's it.
If you burn it, you know, go get a concubine. You know? You had some men that, you know, had dealt with the weakness, you know.
Out of there. You know, you might come in and come out like, where the fuck is my shit at? You're like, I got it right here.
But that's how it be, man. You know, we men, you know, especially as a young man, you desire.
You become a eunuch real quick.
Some vagina. Everybody don't got that, you know?
Right.
You be a eunuch real quick on that. But some brothers, you know, you young, you know?
Yeah,
you got that sex drive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. That's the bottom line.
But you focus on this truth.
I ain't gonna say it on camera, but you do what you gotta do.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get in the burden, man.
Yes.
And it's because of a weaker vessel. When you give a weaker vessel all that kind of power, no kind of structure, they're gonna do whatever they want to do.
Yes, sir.
That's why the scripture says, "Give not a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad." Yes, and is all women wicked? 99.9% of them are wicked. Nice. I said 99.9999. 99.9999999. You know. So if they wicked, you can't give them liberty to gad abroad.
You put no leash around me,
That's what they want. They want you to the strange woman, like a narrow pit. You know, they try to stop you from teaching this truth, man. You know, this is the manliest thing that you can do, man. Ain't no question. You know? Representing the Lord is the manliest thing you can do, man. Keeping it real.
Facts.
Speaking 100% facts. Manliest thing you can ever do, man. That's why women can't stand out here
like this, like
cold,
this.
like how we are.
Oh, you heard them young men that young man just went by.
He said, yeah, man, it's too cold for all that.
This ain't too cold for us. We good. We good.
This is manly right here, man, you know?
We good.
We're trying to show ourselves as men to the Lord.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you got the mindset of not coming out here, that's effeminate.
I got a quick one real quick.
With the word effeminate goes into faithless.
Yep.
You got it out. Lay it
Peter.
down. That's faithless. That's feminine.
Yep.
Lay it down. I got my woman. She's a man. That's why you can't be around all this shit, man. It's good to say that the time is short. They that have wives be as though that they have none.
Yeah.
You know, you might be in that mindset of, hey, I gotta do a video, or I gotta be like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta go out and go prophesy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be by myself some goddamn time, man.
And it's the book of 1 Peter, all right, chapter 1, verse 16. It says, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. Holy is set apart, man. You know, not overindulged, in the affairs of this world, man. You gotta be holy. Holy is set apart from these other men out here. So in order for Isaiah 13 to happen, 13 and 11 to be specific, to happen, making man more precious to find gold, all the other men around us have to be effeminate, man. That's just what it is. And unfortunately, we have to see that.
Right.
You know?
But 6'8" goons pushing
Goon. Ridiculous, man. You know?
With floppy feet and shit.
But see, we stand out. I did see that.
They're like canker leg and shit. His knees was in, his feet was flopping. This dude was like 6'10". He leaning on. Yeah, like that. With one hand and then a crip walk.
Y'all are insane. Y'all insane, man.
Oh, this is Luke
17. 17 to 31. We get ready to close soon.
We good, baby. We good,
Arctic areas, brother. This is 17 to 32. It says, remember Lot's wife.
Yes, sir.
That's right, man.
Who shall seek to save his life shall lose it. Or whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So you got, the reason why I said remembers Lot's wife, because, you know, turn around. A lot of our women, they're going to be women in the church, just going to turn their back. And they're going to turn around and to save your life.
Oh, you know
They're going to be like, take them on TV.
You know, sometimes they be having like statues to represent certain things. My brother, I saw it, and we even looked it up. That pillar of salt that she turned into, that's still sitting there.
Yeah.
That's still up there. We could Google
You can
it.
tell she had something over her head or something, like her hair. Her hair was covered.
It's still there. So, that's a representation. That's a representation of all the women out here. You know, but that's what that stands for.
Guess what? You're going to disintegrate. Like nuclear energy ain't nothing new. That's how Sodom got taken down. Nuclear fire. Yeah, but we're going to close, man. We're in the Arctic blast. Freezing out this joint. Let's go. Everybody like, hell no. Like, it's cold out there.
With that, Lord, we want to give all praises to double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstones, and the sincere Shalom to all the Akim out here that's doing good, pushing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, war from the wall. Shalom, war from the wall.
You training up your little girls? You training up your little girls?
Yeah.
Good, man.